Hello, everybody. I'm not racist, but John doesn't understand how much blood is in the human body. There you go. That's basically a good
Look,
start.
I actually don't believe this. I think a mistake has been made. Okay. Matt, you're telling me it's 5,000 milliliters, which, unless I've misunderstood something, is 5 liters. Meaning, you're telling me if I, go to the shop and buy, 5-liter bottles of Pepsi, empty them out, and then, I could fill all the blood in my body in that.
A,
Because that's
yes.
nonsense.
B, it's the average. I mean, the average is 4.5 liters to 5.7
Oh, don't
liters
tell me it's
for
less
adults.
than 5. I'm already concerned enough about 5.
Well, if you're small, you're obviously going to have less blood. And if you're bigger, you're going to have more blood, aren't you? That's how blood works.
What? No, that's not in any way intuitive. It might be stretched out more. Maybe, small people are, bloodier on average, per density.
Oh, my fucking God.
Why would that be the case? Why would it inherently necessarily be the case that you grow more blood just because you're bigger? If I stretch a Pepsi bottle, it doesn't grow more Pepsi to compensate.
You're not a Pepsi bottle.
Well, no, but as we've, I don't know, we've established I'm 5 of them. I'm 5 Pepsi bottles, and I'm not comfortable with this.
Well, right. So you make, you just want to have enough blood that you're the right blood pressure, right? And that you have enough red blood cells going around your
Okay,
body, right?
okay, yeah, that's science. You've got me there. It makes sense that the blood pressure, that's a thing I've heard of, would want to be similar between all people. So therefore, yeah, bigger people need more blood. Okay, yeah, I'm following you now.
Or
Yeah,
can I add, veins are skinny.
Yeah, they are very skinny.
They're skinny boys. You can't put much in them.
Also,
Does this mean, hang on, does this mean, when you see in a film, and, they do the big dramatic scene where the hero, is doing some dramatic, there they go, oh, and they've just been shot from behind, and they fall over, and the camera pans away, and you see a massive blood thing. That's a lot of blood. Is that way too much blood? Actually, if you just, shot someone, and then had a camera pulling away from them, would it be the tiniest little piddly amount of blood? Because there ain't that much to come out.
Nah, blood flies at you.
Yeah, two things. Yeah, blood flies out of you because blood pressure is quite high and your heart pumps blood around your body very fast, first of all. Second of all, a little bit of blood can look like a lot.
Yeah.
Daniel kind of tested this.
I don't want to ask how you know this.
No, I was bleeding in. So, right, I was trying to get blood in the vial in Daniel's house, right? So, right. I pricked my finger.
This just raises small questions, but fine.
That's not even the blood in my house story that I thought Matt was going to tell. So
right, Rebecca said when I got there last time, I'm the only person who'll just turn up to Dan and Rebecca's house and just not even ask if it's okay, and I will just bleed. I did an at-home blood test.
I ran a pretty loose ship.
I did an at-home blood test, and you prick your finger, and then you kind of drip the blood into a vial. Mm-hmm. And I'm sat there, and it looks like I'm bleeding a lot, lot. And oh my fucking God, it's dripping into the vial and like a fucking milliliter. It's nothing. It just looks blood looks like a lot more than it is. It's very dramatic looking. It took me ages. It took me fucking ages to get 400 microliters of fucking blood. It's ludicrous.
I've lost so much more blood in front of you.
You did.
Just through sheer incompetence.
Well, it wasn't incompetence. It was panic.
It was a panic.
It was panic.
It was sharp, focused, razor-like decision-making that ended up with blood everywhere.
Okay, so putting aside my hero gets shot and the camera pans up from them, from below, and we watch the blood pool move out from them. In a different film, where someone's just been, attacked with a sword, and, all of a sudden the blood goes spurting out of them. I always thought, okay, fine, they're losing a bit of blood. I didn't realise it was I knew it was quite a big deal because they've just been hit by a sword. But, clearly it was a bigger deal than I thought, because, that spurt that comes out of them in that film, I mean, bloody hell, that's 10% of your entire blood's just gone in one spurt. Jesus!
The pressure of blood inside your body is more than the air pressure in the canister that fires off in a car airbag.
Though presumably that goes down over time. So the first squirt is really powerful, but then going forward, the amount of blood per body, because you don't shrink as you're bleeding, that would be hilarious if you did. That would be, if I could just go back in time and tinker with creation a bit, if I could make one change to people, it'd be if they bleed, they actually shrink to compensate. Okay. And if you add more blood to someone, they get bigger, and then as a result, the kings and queens of the world who are all super rich would just constantly be spending money on blood to make themselves into bigger and bigger giants. experience.
I'll just
Oh
look it
shit!
up.
I need to write this
Right.
down. There's a novel in this.
If you've got like an average heart rate of like 70, right? It takes
I
about
lied about the blood pressure thing. I made that up.
of course. It takes about a minute, John. It takes about a minute, John, for all of your like let's say you put a little marker in your blood, right, to follow it around.
What?
It'll take a minute.
A marker in my blood.
Just a fucking mental exercise, John. It's a mental exercise.
You mean like a tracker that's
No.
that's piddling around the blood thing?
Just
My-
let it
Sure.
go, Matt.
my
Just let it
veins
go.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
like that,
Whatever.
John.
The point is, it takes about a minute for like, let's say a blood cell. A blood cell will take like a minute to go around the body. Like all of your blood gets pumped around your body once, like a minute-ish. It takes like a whole minute to go around.
Hang on, because I'm gonna be honest. Like, let's get into specifics here, because I don't really understand what's like.
If
The
you were in your
heart-
kitchen
Shut up!
and you
Shut
fell
up! Shut up!
into a
The
salad
heart-
spinner,
the
your blood
heart
would come out much
beats.
faster.
And then a bit of blood, which has got some oxygen in it because of the lungs, right? It goes somewhere, like it goes like up here and up my arm and up to the end of my fingers because they need oxygen too. Then presumably after it's done that, it comes back straight to that. It doesn't like do a full loop round the body. It gets sent somewhere, then it has to come back for more oxygen.
No, it does do a loop. That's what veins and arteries are. Arteries are oxygenated blood, and then veins are deoxygenated blood.
Yeah, but I kind of just assumed that like
It goes in a big circle, John.
I had artery like the wait, what's the one that's not the vein? Arteries?
Yes.
Yes, I kind of had like a network of arteries and veins everywhere. So, like, you know,
Yes.
the blood just starts going in a direction till it finds a cell that needs oxygen. It says, "Hello, Mr. Cell, here's some oxygen." So, oh, thank you very much. Right, your job's done. You can go back to the heart now. At which point it just jumps over to the vein instead and goes back to the heart to pick up more because that would be efficient. Like if we were. No, that makes sense. Like like logically, the cell would be smart enough to know when it was or wasn't carrying oxygen. When it's not carrying oxygen, when it doesn't need to be in the oxygen. It's just basically at that point. If you're saying that, then after like if a cell leaves the
John, can I
heart
just
with
say,
some
John,
oxygen and hands over the oxygen and then has to do an entire loop round the body before it
Yeah,
makes
John.
it back for more oxygen, that's so inefficient. That's
John.
like the worst traffic system. There's going to be that's so much unnecessary traffic.
It's just one. It's just one vein. It leaves the heart all the way around the body, back in.
John,
Yeah, but-
can I just...
True.
You're very much... What I'm enjoying about this is you're just disproving creationism just by accident, which
Like,
I
hang on,
desperately enjoy.
where is... So, hang on, are you saying there's only one point in the body where the arteries join up to that one vein?
Yeah, there's one heart.
No,
Where?
but he's fucking with you, John. He's fucking... You fucking dumb cunt. He's fucking with you. Of course he's fucking with you.
Matt, tell me
Just give
what's
the-
actually true about blood.
Why did you willingly just go, oh, there must only be one... What?
I mean, Matt's been talking as much bullshit as I have. He seems to have like...
Matt,
No,
tell me
there's a
what
lot of
actually is going on with blood.
There's a lot of major arteries.
Did you know
Right,
blood looks like oil? It's all rainbowy until it's exposed to oxygen, and then it goes green.
Oh my god. So it's
I'm not listening to Dan anymore. I just want to hear blood facts from Matt.
your blood circulates around your body, right?
Yes.
It goes out your heart, into your lungs, gets the oxygen in your lungs, goes back into the heart, and gets pumped around the rest of your body. And it
Yeah,
goes through,
fine.
and then slowly, as it's going around your body, the red blood cells are depositing oxygen as they're just going through.
Oh,
right?
because it's not one oxygen per blood cell. The blood cell's much bigger than the oxygen, so it can carry a bunch of oxygen.
I don't
Yeah?
know, but sure, why not? There's just
Okay,
a lot
hang
of...
on. I feel like you're treating me like an idiot, and you've got no cocking clue.
John, you've just...
I think you're just making this up
don't
just as
know.
much as I am.
John, I don't know how many fucking oxygen atoms a red blood cell carries. My point
We
is that
need
there's
a
a lot...
doctor on the
My
podcast.
point is that there's a
We
lot
need
of red
doc-
blood-
If you're a blood
John-
doctor, please let us know in the comments how blood works.
My point is that
Can
there's a lot of...
Can I just state that red
I'm
blood
going to say the
cells-
word for that is a hematologist.
Yeah,
Red,
it is.
red blood cells don't actually carry oxygen; they carry hemoglobin, which is what carries
Yeah,
the oxygen.
there you go. I'm saying, look...
This,
just-
I feel like we could again. If I could just go back and like tinker
Daniel,
with
he
creation,
believed there was one
I'm
artery in the
taking
body. I'm just trying to
hemoglobin out, 'cause
simplify it a little bit.
that is the pointless middle management. That's the middleman.
I disagree.
Wouldn't it be more efficient if the red blood cells were just like oxygen, all aboard, right on you go, and off you go, and now I'm gonna hop, skip, and a jump straight over to the vein, back to that, boom, efficient humanity.
Yeah, what if trains didn't stop at stations? That would be easier, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's talk about things that Matt have said. I can't remember what they were, but they were wrong. All of them were wrong. Matt, what's your degree in biology?
What's yours?
I follow J.K. Rowling on Twitter. She seems to know her shit.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think she's ever tweeted anything that's wrong.
Look,
Okay,
right?
I've got a new theory about J.K.
John-
Rowling, right?
Oh,
Here's my
God,
new theory
no.
about J.K.
God,
Rowling.
no.
No,
John,
here we
can
go.
I just say, I just did it like I was holding 500 mils of my blood in my hand like an hour ago. Like, it's quite a lot of blood, is my point.
And he was looking at it, he was looking really close and seeing all the hemoglobin. Here's my theory about J.K. Rowling, right? J.K. Rowling tweeted that shit about wizards magicking away their shits in Hogwarts.
Oh, I remember that. That was hilarious.
Right, that was hilarious. She panicked about that. Right? So hard that is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her. She was like, I literally will not be able to live this down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so if you search J.K. Rowling toilets, something else comes up.
Ah.
That's my
That
theory.
makes sense.
That's my
Okay,
theory.
can we get to the biggest gaming news that we really need to cover as soon as possible?
Yeah, sorry, I'll get onto that right this fucking second.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Biggest gaming news of the week.
Yes.
Hello, Rebecca. So
How long have you been awake?
I have been awake for not a long time.
Mm.
I took some recreational drugs for the first time yesterday, and they have done a number on me.
He had an energy drink.
I had an energy drink. I had
That's all
the recreational drug caffeine, which is a drug that people use for recreation.
I'm gonna be honest, Matt. This is gonna be up to you to make fun of him for this because I've never done energy drinks either.
I've done energy drinks. What do you mean
John.
Right? Like, well, yeah, you might say, "Oh, have you done heroin?" So have you done Red Bull? Yes.
I haven't done Red
It's
Bull.
the same thing on a sliding scale, isn't it?
I've done Relentless.
Basically, Red Bull is just like a gateway drug for LSD.
Well, here's what happened, right? Here is my experience with it, right? I was like, it was on a meal deal. I was getting a meal deal. I like a meal deal for my lunch.
But how much did it cost you? Because fuck, meal deals are getting unreasonable.
Thank you, best friend. Oh, I've just been given a Starship Enterprise pancake.
Oh, I don't know a Starship Enterprise pancake.
Is your wife topless also? Is that like...
No. Bruh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meal deals and boot shoes were $2.95 for so long. God knows, they're probably not at 20 quid.
There's the Star Trek logo on the thing.
He had
because I cried this morning at Star Trek.
Yeah.
There's been some. Yeah, it was pretty. There's some. There's been some like people.
£3.60.
There's been some research with people who have ADHD, but it's like, oh, caffeine can be helpful. So Daniel was like, I'm going to have an energy drink. And what happened,
I had
Daniel?
a Relentless, and I was like, I'm going to feel focused. I want to get a lot of writing done today. I've just been to the gym. I want to have an energy drink, and I want to focus up. About an hour after drinking the energy drink, I was unconscious, but like I died.
He was asleep. He's asleep. He's very dramatic.
No, but it was not a standard sleep.
Isn't that the opposite of what that caffeine's supposed to do?
Now, that's what I was thinking. I haven't looked into it because I have legitimately
Did you
only
do
woken
this
up
wrong?
quite
Did you
recently.
pour it up your butt instead of drinking it or something so it worked backwards?
Do you think that that's how things work, John?
Yes, I assume so.
Do you think suppositories give you illnesses?
Admittedly, if you did take it as a suppository, it gets in your bloodstream a lot faster. That's why you're not supposed to do alcohol that way.
Yeah, or you just inject it.
Or maybe you just don't put alcohol up your ass because that just doesn't occur to you. But apparently Matt needs to be told much on the label.
Well, it's classic fucking, it's classic thing you learn.
I'm having peanut butter on my pancakes.
Where do you learn that? Where do you sit down and someone teach you? Now, I'm sure you previously thought of inserting the vodka up your
playground,
anus,
John.
The
playground. The place I watched a video of a man cut his own dick off, John. The playground.
John, Matt's really got to stop hanging out with kids.
Jesus Christ. Back in my day, we just played football, but with a tennis ball because you weren't allowed football.
Well, yeah, because you went to fucking Eton or some shit. Fucking the one hobby was beating up poor people, and pissing on them.
I went to Eton. Well, non-Eton.
The
simultaneous groan of a shit joke.
Interestingly,
it's a beautiful thing.
Okay,
Daniel,
let's get back to Dan, who inserted the Red Bull up his arse and fell asleep.
No, this is the thing. Interestingly, Dan, apparently, right, if your liver's a bit wonky, right, caffeine can do worse. It can be bad because your liver also processes caffeine.
Oh, well, here's the thing.
So
I had massive heart palpitations, and I thought I was going to die.
Well, yeah, that would happen with caffeine.
Yeah, so I probably shouldn't do caffeine anymore.
No.
Did you drink the whole can of Relentless?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, can I make a third suggestion? Right. Instead of having a ludicrously large amount of caffeine or no caffeine, maybe just have a little bit.
I drank as much blood as you lost.
I mean, I feel like if I was going to, like, if I'd never had an energy drink before, and I was picking my first, like, I'd probably make some decisions based on, like, the name of the energy drink. Like, I feel like,
Wait, how big
was
was the can?
Relentless.
Yeah.
Like, that
big
feels
was the
like
can?
quite an extreme one to me. Like, Monster
Oh my
feels
God.
quite extreme. Red
No,
Bull? Okay,
oh.
that's mid-tier.
No, genuinely, it's got
There
twice
must be
the
one
fucking
with, like,
caffeine
a
of Red
nice,
Bull.
relaxing name.
It's got fucking 160 milligrams of caffeine, Daniel.
How much is that next to, like, something I might understand?
A Red Bull is 80.
Oh, how much is just, like, say, a Coke or a coffee?
Coke, caffeine, content. Let me have a look. Slow.
Anyway, I had a fun night.
It sounds like, did you have to go to hospital?
No, I was
he's
a
just
It sounds like you
dramatic.
should have gone to hospital.
No, he's just dramatic. Anytime Daniel says anything medical, if it sounds like he should have went to hospital, he's over exaggerating it. If it sounds like he shouldn't have went to hospital, he's under exaggerating.
He's literally dying.
Yeah.
If
Daniel's like, oh, I'm grand, he's dying. But if he's like, oh, I almost died and I was unconscious, and oh my god, my heart almost came out of my chest, he's exaggerating. He's just being dramatic.
If I bang my knee, I'll be like, oh my god, it's the worst pain ever, I'm literally dying. If I've been shot, I'll be like, yeah, I'm fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
There's not actually that much blood in me if you think
Okay.
about it, so, you know.
A can of Coke is 32 milligrams of caffeine.
Okay.
So maybe, Daniel, try like a can of Coke.
Yeah, that would be a good
Instead of
starting point.
fucking an entire can of Relentless.
I
Maybe.
don't like Coke.
Relentless
I don't
just feels like
understand it.
that's
Well,
not
I'm
the
not
one you
saying Coke,
start
just
with. That
something
feels
with
like
less
that's the one
caffeine
you
in,
work
yeah.
up to. You work up to that.
Yeah, you
No.
don't just
Because
I said,
there's something you haven't considered. I'm not a
80.
pussy like you two. All right.
Well,
when
no,
it comes to
Daniel,
hardcore drugs,
Daniel,
like
you
caffeine,
fucking had palpitations and fell asleep. Like,
my body's a pussy. I am not.
stop being a pussy. It's being stupid. Fucking classic Daniel. It's classic Daniel. It's minimalist or maximalist.
I feel like I'm 90% confident if I had a Red Bull, I wouldn't suffer heart palpitations, then fall asleep.
I mean,
So,
you might.
know,
You
You might.
I might do.
Yeah.
You know, it's true.
Anyway, I'm alive. So
That's
don't
good.
worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're here to talk about the biggest game news of the week,
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
which is the release of Tron Legacy.
Oh, for fuck's sake! It's the Ganondorf's
Tron
hot
Identity.
now. It's
Wait.
the Ganondorf's
Tron
hot.
Identity. Tron 2.0. What was it? I've been fucking with Mike Bithell on our podcast so much that I forgot the actual name of his game.
Oh shit.
Tron Legacy was the film.
Yeah, Tron Identity is the new game. It annoyed me
Okay.
because I played it and it was good. I wanted it to be shit so I could really rip on him, but what are you going to do?
It's getting good reviews. See, here's the thing. When Daniel tells me anything about Mike's games, I obviously just don't trust him because he's got a bit of a bias.
Yeah.
But it's got
I don't
good
have a
general
bias.
reviews. Oh, you.
Mike Bithell likes me because one of his games I tore a fucking new one.
Oh, you did. That's a good point. You did. That was volume, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really didn't like it. And I was like, it's a video about how this game
Yeah.
is shit.
Yeah, it's got very positive reviews on Steam. Tron Identity. Yeah, it's Tron Identity.
Yeah, I said so said.
I'm going to get it on the Switch. I'll have to get it at some point.
Wow. You don't even get a free copy.
I didn't ask. I should ask.
Hurry up.
I just ask Mike. Hi, Mike, can I, instead of paying you money, can I just have a thing for free?
I mean, it's a Disney property. It's probably getting a fraction of a penny for each sale, you know.
That's a good point. It is Disney.
Imagine working with Disney.
If that's a point, you can call Chris Chibnall a cunt on this podcast.
I call Chris Chibnall a cunt on the other podcast. It's not me that works with Disney.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I do enjoy occasionally having to edit out Mike's kind of racist rants against Disney.
That's what I started with. I'm not racist, but just in case you've missed some of them.
Oh yeah, like every episode I get like an edit note from Daniel. It's like, hey, at like fucking 1:32, you got to edit that out because Mike he said the N word like 70 times and it's bad for Disney's image. You know, he's using the Disney guidebook from the 1940s instead of now.
Yeah.
So he did.
Yeah, Tron Identity is really good, but it super hates the Jews. Like, it really... it's so anti-Semitic. It's not. That was a joke by Tron
I
Identity.
swear you made a joke like that on one of them that I had to cut out.
Well, sometimes I offer the cuts. I don't think Mike has ever content cut anything. Right? I think that's important. Sometimes I'm like...
aside
I don't
from
wanna risk it,
him
Greg.
occasionally blurting something out and going, wait, that's under NDA.
Yeah, quite a few times. Because I distract him, I make him feel like a conversation, and then he's like, wait, I shouldn't have said that. I forgot we're recording.
Occasionally,
Yeah, so-
I just kind of, at the end of the podcast, think, should I just ask Matt to take out this? As no, there's no point. There's been worse in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what's
I'm
annoying
Bruno.
as well, right?
That's
You know
it.
what happened last month, right?
Oh,
Fucking
God.
on the YouTube channel, on the NerdCube YouTube channel, right? In the entire history of the channel, right? Its entire life of 12 years now, right?
Yep.
I think there's only been 5 videos that have been forcefully age restricted.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just fully like YouTubers went, I've age gated them to 18 plus and we've
I'm
denied
actually
your
impressed
appeal.
you've only got 5.
Yes, it was previously
That feels
Viscera.
low.
So I'm going to list them. It's Viscera Cleanup Detail, which I don't know why, but there might be a reason there. It was a Tekken 7 video because the title had fucking in it.
What's it called? Is it about a panda?
Plays it's a fucking panda, and the description is what fucking lazy dick when I know a fucking panda. Because they just age gate anything with swearing in. Then the gentle jousting video, which fine.
Okay,
then
that's very fair.
That's
yeah, and then the
I
video
think
of
we
Daniel.
age-gated that one. No,
yeah.
I age-gated that one. Thank you.
Then Daniel in a VR strip club, which admittedly I did heavily censor, but like fine, right?
Our strip club was like nothing.
Yeah, I know, but I can see there being a logic there, even if I disagree with it. And then there's 2 more recent ones, right? There was, from 2 years ago, there was the I Am Fish video. And the only reason I got age-gated is because there was, like, the word dick in the description. But that was it, right? And then right, they've never age-gated a podcast. They've never age-gated a podcast, ever.
Oh.
Ever, right? But last week, they age-gated the reboot video. The video where Daniel goes, I'm going to make short. And I think he swears, like, twice. It's the tamest video I think we've ever made. And they age-gated it, and I appealed, and went, no, it probably breaks community guidelines. And I went, how? And they're like, no, you have to double-check the video. And I'm like, but what?
Yeah, I think they've recently changed the algorithm for this, because I recently got a really weird one too, that they then denied on appeal with so fast it's clearly no human watched it. Like, it was like, you may be aware, I'm doing an Oblivion series right now, the old Bethesda action RPG. We're up to like part 80-something at the moment. And part
Classic
54...
John.
Part 54, just like the first 53 parts are fine. Parts 55 through to 80 odd, yeah, they're all absolutely gay. But you fuckers, on part 54, in comes the cocking banhammer. So that one was age restricted.
Is
Though
that...
they wouldn't say why.
They never say why.
Wait. With part 54, wasn't that one where you drew the Prophet Hamid in the game?
Well, it's one of the ones actually about the Assassin's Guild, but like there were like 5 episodes where I'm going around being an assassin and killing people as an assassin. Then this is like one of the assassin episodes, and they decided no, Adrian, like, okay, but I literally my appeal was literally like, okay, this is part 54 of a series, and the previous 53 parts were fine, and there is nothing in this episode that wasn't in the previous 53. Please remove this. And they were like, no, we were right.
I got into an argument with a YouTube support person.
Explain why!
literally-
Give me the part of the video you think is bad!
I was asking them why, right? And half of my argument was like, I mean, first of all, right? I mean, the NerdCube channels over the years have probably paid YouTube like $1 million, right? Like, they've, like, I feel like it's a bit.
I know why it got done. It's got the word dead in the title.
What does?
Part 54, deadline. It was
Ah,
either,
that might
I
be
thought
why.
it was either going to be dead, death, or assassin.
Oh no, you're wrong. Because out of interest whether that might be the
Oh.
issue, I uploaded an unlisted version, part 54.5, The Wholesome Adventures of Captain Cuddles, and that got grabbed too.
No.
So it's something in the video.
But that's,
Now,
that's the
I
frustrating
think
thing
it's
with them.
because I read a journal and the journal is on screen and the algorithm can read the
they
text that's on
OCR it.
screen, and because it's an assassin's journal, it's a bit naughty. So I did include in the appeal, there is a journal on screen that is the journal of the assassin. However, it is clearly fictional content inside a fictional universe, and they're like, nah.
They don't fucking review them, and they
Clearly,
why don't they
if
tell you
any
why?
child that watches this would themselves become a supernatural assassin who can teleport and shit.
I appreciate, right, that they can't, like, personally respond to every appeal, but, like, this is a fucking job, and, like, when they do that, it's a huge deal.
It's
Yeah.
not
And
our job.
Well,
So much more popular on TikTok than anywhere else.
okay, we are now, but my point is,
I'm a TikToker.
YouTube's made loads of fucking money for them over the years, right? And, like, I feel like at the bare goddamn minimum, they can give an explanation. They can be
Yeah.
like, hello, it should be for. And, like, the reboot video, I was so annoyed about it because, like, every other one, I'm like, okay, I can see what some logic there is. I appealed that reboot video. It's 8 minutes long. I appealed it, and 30 seconds later, the appeal was denied. I'm like, no, human watched it. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah, at the
Fuck
bare minimum,
off, they
if the
watched
algorithm could detect something, tell us what the algorithm has detected.
No, but this is why I'm confused, because it didn't get fucking age-gated for like a week after it went live. It was up for a week. And I don't know whether someone reported it or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
but like,
you just don't. That's the funny thing about YouTube. There's so many times where you just don't know what it is you've supposedly done wrong.
And I was
YouTube's
like,
just you've done something wrong, so I don't know what it is. Can you?
I was going to re-upload it. I was going to re-upload it, but I genuinely have absolutely no idea what's objectionable in it.
What to fix? Yeah.
It has 2 swear words in it. And I said to the guy, I'm like, is it the swear word? He's like, oh, in the community guidelines, it says there can't be excessive or vulgar swearing. Like, that's the main focus of the video. And I'm like, he says fuck like twice. Like,
was it too early on in the video? Because they seem to have basically changed their mind that now it's about when in the video something happens.
I checked. No, there's none in the first 30 seconds.
What is that point? Is it because
know.
younger people are into TikTok, so are only around for about a minute? So after that, they're not watching. So you just
I don't know.
being children.
You mean, if you look up any video in analytics, so a terrifyingly large number of people don't make it past the first couple of... There is a big drop-off to any video after the first
Oh my god, do you want to see the view retention fucking graphs on TikTok?
Yeah, I love view retention graphs.
On 1 minute videos, right? On a 1 minute video, the Dome Keeper video has 140,000 views, right?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the analytics for the Dome Keeper video. Which also, just a side note about TikTok, right? It's amazing being on a platform that actually recommends your videos to people.
It's
Wild.
a nice feeling. We got 104. We broke 100k on 2 of those shorts.
Yeah.
On YouTube, the widescreen separately edited combination of all of them. How many views has that got?
Like 40k or something.
And that is a platform where I've got how many subscribers?
35. 2.5.
35 subscribers now. Oh fuck, never mind.
2.5. Like, but on the YouTube show, this is interesting because we made a new TikTok channel, we made an Instagram Reel channel, we made a new YouTube channel, right? They all had about the same level of promotion and blah 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 blah. The YouTube one, right? The same. This fucking Beaverborn.
Beaverborn. It's the brand new competitive shooter. You have to pick one of 20 beavers with different upgrade trees. It's very exciting.
I'd
a battle royale. Actually, no, I'd play a beaver-based battle royale.
Dome Keeper video.
I can't make fun of that.
It got 140,000 views on TikTok, right? And
someone said, "Damn and blast."
Someone said, it's because TikTok counts a view after a second, and I'm like, yeah, but the engagement, like, there's way more likes than there are on YouTube. There's 20,000 likes, right?
Yeah.
And on the YouTube Shorts, do you know how many views that same video has on YouTube Shorts with the same level of promotion? 600.
Nice.
Versus 140,000. On Instagram, 1.5 thousand. So, like,
you need a lot more data points before you could draw conclusions, though, because that could be an anomalous result.
No, we've done 3
videos.
We've done 3 separate videos. TikTok.
Oh, 3? Oh, well, then right to the fucking Journal of Science.
TikTok. It's traffic sources. 95% is for you. It's just recommending it. Recommend. Its algorithm is wild. But literally, right? You know how YouTube shows you viewer retention graph? This is like understand key moments. It shows a dip at 2 seconds that viewers stopped watching. 2 seconds!
You're dealing with a maybe slightly low attention audience that are very happy to skip on.
That's
getting to the end.
But
30% watch the whole video.
30%. So we are still getting more videos. That's fucking great. But that's how good their algorithm is, right?
Yeah, wild.
30% of people who were recommended that video were interested in that video. I get about 4 million YouTube recommendations, none of which are interesting to me. Most of which were fucking spoilers because Picard leaked, so go fuck yourself, YouTube. I got so fucked. Any cunt who posts leaked photographs in Twitter, YouTube thumbnails, literally I want you to all die. Actually die. Wow. That would be great. You're the worst people. Go fuck yourselves. Wow. Thank you. Amen. Fucking ruining the fucking reveals of this 9th episode. Fucking thumbnails.
Wait, I'm looking at a graph. Algorithm. I'm looking at a graph.
Oh, graphs.
On YouTube, right? So this same video, right?
Graphs.
No, John likes graphs.
I want to see the graph.
The YouTube video for like the triple one with all 3 in.
Yep.
Right? Its viewer retention was 65% for the whole video, right? Which is pretty decent, I think. 65%.
Fucking awful, but yeah, sure.
It's okay. For now, I'd say that's okay. So, but on obviously TikTok, it's only 30%, which is a lot less. However, TikTok had 140,000 views versus YouTube's 35,000. So more people watched the whole thing on TikTok. More people liked it on TikTok. More people bookmarked it on TikTok. Wild. Absolutely wild.
But so TikTok, when we were designing the shorts videos, because it's something we were coming into kind of going, I looked at what everyone else was doing, and there's not a lot of game recommendations, and there's not a lot of information being given out in a minute. And I thought that was the weakness of the current shorts TikTok system, is that people will either be doing sort of like a few recommendations in a 1-minute video where they kind of give you just the tiniest little thing. And I was like, it's got to just be a sales pitch, right? It's got to be the elevator pitch. That's what you've got. You need to write the elevator pitch for these games and make it funny and make it engaging. But because people are going to see it and then, if they're not interested, leave, title and a key image has to come up first. Literally, as soon as it starts, I'm like, Timberborn or Dome Keeper, because then you associate title and audio and visuals of the game. And I think that's super important in just getting things stuck in people's heads. If you're recommending games, I've been quite aggressive with the recommendations, I must admit.
People like them. The response has been incredibly good.
Yeah, we did quite a few trials and stuff. The subtitles was the hardest thing to get right. But Matt's hybrid system is fucking great. The next batch I recorded, I've got the batch after that written, so we're moving.
There's fucking right. What's interesting about them, mainly, is... So currently, obviously... I mean, our goal with anything we do now, which is something I quite like, is never to just make money. We're doing TikTok because we kind of want to.
Yeah.
But
I want to promote cool games in this.
But I'm so curious, and this is the thing you might be interested in, John. So you can't.
Yes.
They have something called the Creator Fund, right? Because they don't run ads or do rev share like YouTube do. Once you hit 10,000 subscribers and 100,000 concurrent views in the last 30 days, and your account's a certain age, you can apply for the Creator Fund, and then you get like a cut from this sort of like just pot they've got for creators. And I'm very curious to see what that is actually like, because I imagine it's fucking terrible.
It sounds like YouTube Premium revenue with extra steps.
You know, it is. But I imagine instead of like YouTube Premium, where it's like people are paying like £18 a month, you're talking like 3 pence worth of ads. Cut down to like and distributed amongst like 1,000 people.
Wait, does TikTok have any form of monetization? Is there a subscription tier anyone signs up to, or
you can? The problem I had.
How does the company make money?
No, so they run ads, obviously.
Selling data, algorithms.
They don't sell data, interestingly. They just run ads. But they do. I was looking into.
But there's no ad share.
Is that why so many people on TikTok do sponsorships and things?
Yes, well, they run ads in between. So when you're swiping through videos, occasionally one of them will be like an ad or like a sponsored video. But it's obviously not playing before or after another video, so it's not tied to any other person's content. It's just
I'm not 100% in love with a platform where they're running ads on your content and you have no way of getting any of that.
John, do I need to reiterate the 140,000 views on a brand new channel?
Well, this is the thing. I'm curious, because the Creator Fund, as I say, does it, but I don't know how it works. And I want to talk to someone about it who does TikTok more properly. But genuinely, I don't know fucking anyone who does TikTok like that. I went on Daniel's Twitter and I was like, hello, does anyone... No one! Not a single... I don't know a single fucking person. I am stabbing in the dark.
The Twitter algorithm's fucked. Like, no one saw that shit. Tweet. You have to, like, have actually physically sucked off Elon Musk to be seen.
I swear, Twitter's getting actually worse. Like, the recommendations as well are getting really bad. Like, the For You tab is dreadful. It just has no idea what it's doing for me.
Yeah, I mean, the icon of Twitter is now the dog.
For me, it's back to being the old bird, but they did change it back. Really fucking weird week.
Okay, so but I checked. So there's many ways that they do think. You can enable like tipping. You can have like a subscription to watch live. Like you can make people subscribe to watch you like live on TikTok. People can send you like gifts, which I think have some sort of monetary value. Problem is, I can't turn any of these on because they're all limited to someone with over 10,000 subscribers. And even though all the views add up to like 300,000 views or something ludicrous, we only have 7,000 followers.
It's going up quite fast, though.
It is, but I say I can't really attest to what any of these things do because I can't turn any of them on yet. But there's a load of options apparently. But I don't think people make much. People who do TikTok, I don't think make very much on it unless they do loads of sponsorships.
Yeah, it's a very interesting platform. That from what it's sort of doing, which is what I've always just wanted YouTube to do, is promote good stuff.
It is easier to promote good stuff if the thing it's promoting is 20 seconds long as opposed to 40 minutes long, because literally there's more space to get more stuff in front of more eyeballs.
This is the weird thing about TikTok, because the reason we did them under a minute, the main reason we did them under a minute, is because YouTube Shorts limit is 60 seconds, right? TikTok's limit's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They've got a 10-minute limit. You can upload 10 fucking minute videos to TikTok. I've been recommended lots of, several videos pop up on my For You thing that are 7 minutes long. Obviously, it's not of your length, John, but it's almost at the point where some plays videos, in theory, could fit. And it's wild to me that they can do that. And I don't know how they pay people or anything, but I don't know, they don't show a timer on the screen, really. I mean, I opened it and the first
Is there any what level of analytics information do you have?
Here we go. This is the John curiosity here.
Absolutely. I want to know about data transparency. Who
John was so excited. I gave him the fucking folder.
Data transparency is sexy as shit.
I gave John the folder with all the fucking watch data for the NQ channel in, because he was like, oh, I want to look. He was so excited. Bless him.
God.
Analytics. There is.
I mean, basically, my dream scenario is just to wake up and just at the bottom of the bed is Aubrey Plaza doing a sexy dance behind, but it's like a striptease where she's hiding behind a chart on a stand, and there's a line that goes up, but the chart's really well attested, and the axis is really well labeled, and if you dig in, and there's really good data visualization. So you've got good data visualization and you've got Aubrey Plaza. That's kind of my dream scenario right there.
They give me where the view came from, where they watched it, total time watched, average time watched, how many people watched the full video, how many of the audience reached it, views per region.
Is this just a number, or can you see all of this as visualized as charts and graphs?
It's showing me a graph. I mean, there's a download button. I can download a spreadsheet.
Oh, is it a CSV? Can you just download just a pure CSV of all the data?
Genuine. So I love John a lot because the genuine excitement in that voice. Can you know a CSV? Ooh.
No. That it's really important. But okay. The thing that the worst thing about YouTube analytics is, you cannot. There is no unique identifier, even if it's anonymized per users. There's no way to track an individual user journey. All data points exist as independent anonymous blobs. But I want to be able to track user journeys, across end cards, recommended videos, in and out of the channel. If someone watches one particular video, how long is it till they come back? If they do, is there a particular genre or length of video that means that for a first-time viewer, are they more likely to come back? Give me that data! They don't, the fuckers.
Oh, no,
I like
data
to say
privacy.
cunt. I like to write rude jokes about Rishi Sunak and say the word cunt. That's my... I like to thinly veil leftist agenda. I'm very leftist now, I've decided.
Oh, do you want to know
I used to be really right-wing.
Oh, I want to know a fun thing if it's about data.
What's sort of about data? Okay,
I don't need to be in this episode. I'm just going to go.
Right. No, because I did all those home blood tests.
We haven't talked about sexy Ganondorf properly yet, fuck's sake.
No, all the blood tests I got back, right? Two things, right? As the vegan
we understand.
SJW.
Okay, you've already admitted you don't know anything about blood.
No, but I got tests, right? I got some blood tests, right? And one of the things
ask the blood doctor about the blood test while you were there, dear oh dear.
Point is, I got them back, right? Loads of protein, got more protein, high testosterone, because I'm a high T, alpha, soy boy, male, right?
No, you're the opposite of a soy boy. I think that's the bad one.
Matt's got a very special type of infertility called hypervirility, where the sperm just shoots straight through the egg.
And here's the thing, right? I did an allergy test, right? And you know what it said I was allergic to?
Yeah, because you told me.
Soy.
What would you be
and potatoes.
That's
what?
Racism.
Which I don't believe, because I'm clearly not allergic. It's like a tiny little allergy, like a really super mild one.
There's so much potato and so much everything.
I was reading it.
There's no way you could live your life not knowing that.
I read it
Irish,
out.
There's not.
No, I fucking was reading it out, and as I said potato, Dan and Rebecca both went, ah! From the other side of the room. Which was enjoyable. You know,
this could be a good way. This could be a good way of Can
I redact my opening statement? Maybe I am racist.
This is a good way of us recontextualizing history, so it's not so bad. It's actually what the British were doing was we were taking all the potatoes in order to help out the common Irish problem of potato allergy. That's why we stole all your food that time.
You weren't taking the potatoes.
What?
You weren't stealing the potatoes.
We were just burning them.
No, you weren't burning them.
We're just bad chefs.
You were
Wait.
stealing all the other food, which made the Irish basically entirely reliant on potatoes, and then there was a potato blight, which meant
that's even worse for the people with potato allergies.
Which meant that the only source food was basically mainly
that's
unavailable,
even
and everyone
worse
starved
now.
because you stole all the other food.
We're very sorry to you and also to the other approximately third of the world that we did things to.
Thank you, John. Just related to analytics as well, it's about the same as YouTube. You don't get that per user thing, but it's about the same what you get on YouTube.
The nice thing is I don't have to have a say or feel that way around Claire, because if Claire ever makes any sulky comments about the history of British Empire, all right, well let's have a look, see what the French did in there. Look, it's just as bad.
Yeah, the French, the Dutch, the English, the Germans, they're all as bad as each other, basically. Like, fucking
I feel like we might be able to.
I'd argue that Germans are worse, historically speaking.
Here we go. Here's the racism coming out to play.
I'm just saying, historically speaking, they definitely did some things that were more objectionable than... I don't want to say some of the words that I'm thinking.
Oh, he's thinking them.
Right, there was this war. John might not have heard of it. Where
I
they
did have
this,
a theory about this,
genocide
by the
thing.
way, trying to figure out the worst situation. And I've got a theory, which is, what if the worst people are the Belgians?
Yeah.
Okay, and the reason for this is, if we take number of international atrocities committed during the period of colonialism, and then divide by the population of the country that committed them, okay, Belgium's a lot smaller, so evil per capita might be higher.
Technically?
Yeah.
Wasn't Belgium
I
half?
am not drunk enough for this conversation right now.
Wasn't
If we here's the thing, like if we calculate evil per capita, then potentially it might be not so bad.
Monaco.
I mean, no, I was going to say though, they seceded from the Netherlands in the 1830s. So if anything, they were like, "Fuck you, the Dutch," which I feel like negates some of that.
Evil per capita just sounds like Monaco. That's what that's actually the slogan for
That's
that.
a good
tiny
point,
little...
Monaco. Yeah, you're Monaco.
No, the Vatican. It'll be the Vatican.
Oh, you know what?
No, but
evil
there's
per
like
capita's
two
got to be
Vatican
quite high.
citizens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 people living in the Vatican.
Yeah, they're both pedos.
One's the Pope and one's a young boy. Like.
Jesus, they managed to get the young to be. Anyway, hey, did you see the Dalai Lama was all pedo-y this past month?
That was so fucking weird. What the fuck was going on there?
A religious leader being a bit pedo-y. Yeah, so weird. Never seen that before. Apart from the majority.
He's like, oh, it was a funny joke. Haha. And I'm like, I'm like, yeah, all those kids I go up to and probably like suck my tongue. Like, what the classic joke.
But it's just
lol.
Did you not think anyone in the very public, very photographed, cameras all around it? What the fuck was going on?
But I question why the Vatican didn't do that. Why didn't the Vatican go, lol, just a joke, lol, lol?
Because the Vatican can't hide under, it's just a different culture. They're just kind of white bread, aren't they? They're just every culture. They're just the one we know. We know that's not in the culture. I don't want to be near children. They're sticky. It's not how we're built. But you can go, oh no, it's a different culture over there, and then it's not just being pedos.
Okay, so far, Daniel's been racist to the Germans. The Portuguese.
Whoa! I
want to discuss Hot Ganondorf.
I was saying that the Nazis did some bad stuff. All right, sorry,
that's fairly not controversial.
It is for a fucking YouTuber, right? Let's be real about that. My current name on Marvel Snap is famous YouTuber, and my picture is Red Skull. And it makes me laugh every time. It's good. It's good. I like. I don't. But no, that wasn't. I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's not. It's just there's this blanket that the people try and play for other places. When you hear that From Software's got loads of crunch and it goes, oh, it's actually just a culture issue. You're like, yeah, but it's.
Daniel, I looked at. There's an article from the Independent from an hour ago, which is the title is Dalai Lama: The Significance of Tongue Greetings in Tibetan Culture.
And there it is. Yeah. It's shit like that.
Actually, if there's any validity to that, then surely they must be able to produce a very long list of other people of all different ages and genders sucking the Dalai Lama's tongue on a regular basis during public greetings. There would be a huge amount of supporting evidence to this.
And their argument would have been just a bit of fun, wouldn't it? Just a prank, bro. Yeah, you'd probably say that and go, yeah, in that culture, they suck each other's tongues to say hello. That's fucking weird. That would have been on QI. Like, fucking Stephen Fry would have been, well, I used to greet people like that. And everyone would go, oh, he's so funny. That would have been...
Expression of emotions and manners today has been melded together and become vividly westernized. A Tibetan activist in exile wrote on Twitter, bringing in a narrative of other cultures, customs, and social influence on gender and sexuality to interpret Tibetan way of expression is heinous. Sticking out your tongue is traditionally a sign of respect or agreement and has been used as a greeting in Tibetan culture, according to the Institute of East Asian Studies at the University of California, Berkeley.
Yeah, but saluting someone's seen as a sign of respect and shit. But if someone started sucking on my fucking fingers while I was doing it, I'd go, hey, what's happening here?
Yeah, that's the thing. The sticky out tongue thing. The suck... yeah. Yeah, the suck bit doesn't seem to like it. No, this article doesn't mention the tongue sucking. It's just like, people stick their tongues out of each other in Tibetan culture, and I'm like, that's not the bit that anyone has a problem with.
That's a phrase, isn't it? This article doesn't mention the tongue sucking.
Child rights activist said we should not normalize child molestation under the garb of playful behavior with children.
You know what? That's right. Should do that.
That's a very, very mild, neutral way of saying something quite correct, yeah?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, that's definitely a very, They could have gone, I must admit, they could have gone a little harder on that, but
related to child molestation, Sexy Ganondorf, right, so.
Yes!
I brought it around.
Wait, what?
I brought it around. Zelda's clearly a child.
Have you seen that? In the trailer, Zelda
exists sometimes. Like Zelda is a child, the very vast minority
of
the time.
John, is it a different culture thing? Is that what you're about?
No, Ocarina of Time. There's literally a time jump while Link's trapped in the sacred realm. There is child Link and adult Link. And as a result, when you're playing as child Link, you expect Zelda to be a child, and when you're playing as adult Link, you expect Zelda to be an adult. That's just how it is. Like Wind Waker, they're both children. And Twilight Princess, they're both adults. That's what? What do you want about, Matt?
Oh, okay, so she's got the body of a teenager, but she's actually 100, which is a very classic Japanese way of skirting around.
I want to point out.
I've not played Breath of the Wild, so I can't comment on that one specifically, but there's always been the concept of some games, they're clearly children, some games, they're clearly adults.
Look, I'm just saying this, right? She's sitting there saying, Link, you have to find me. And then it shows where she is on a map I've already explored, so I know where she is. I'm just going to beeline to her when the game comes out. Oh, she's there under the lakey bit. All right. Tick.
You'd be like, oh my god, I've died because I came here with a stick and nothing else.
I've not seen the full trailer. I didn't play Breath of the Wild. I don't know how it fits in the continuity. The moment
the continuity.
Exactly. The
massive
the continuity was a mess as long ago as GameCube territory. It's fine. But what I really want, the moment I saw sexy Ganondorf just standing there being sexy, I want a Zelda game where everyone involved at the start is fully aware of, the theories of reincarnation, and the hero in green gets reincarnated into any time where, they're needed, and joins up with Zelda and fights the Prince of Evil and Ganondorf and Triforce, etc., etc. And I just want Ganondorf to just rock up and be incredibly sexy and charismatic and just charm the fuck out of everyone. He's like, hello, it's me, Prince of Evil. I know, in your culture, evil means bad. It's actually a place where I come. Funny joke, we laugh about it all the time. And, and Zelda fucking loves this guy, is super into him. And Link is incredibly suspicious, but he does nothing wrong. Ganondorf does nothing wrong, and Link just gets more and more paranoid, and he grabs a sword and a shield and starts running around with it, and everyone's like, Jesus Christ, it's just a vigilante with a sword and a shield, that's fucking weird. He goes up to the Goron city, and the Goron's like, Jesus Christ, that kid's got a sword! Goron police come up from, sir, I'm gonna need to see a permit for that sword. Don't have a permit, I just pulled it out, just pulled the master sword out. So, well, then, sir, we're gonna have to confiscate that off you right now. He has to spend a night in the cells, he's lost the master sword, the Gorons have got that now, and it's just the story of Link slowly fucking losing it, while Ganondorf's just living his best life and just marries Zelda and it just has a lovely life, and Link just fucking he can't take it.
Your idea of a dream Zelda game is one set in a fascist police state.
It's not a fascist police state because the police don't like some random drifter running into town with a sword and waving it about. I hope if someone just randomly runs up my street with a sword, the police would have something to say about it. I don't just want random vigilantes. Do you just want random vigilantes with swords running around? Just
really
rolling up and down your street,
today,
just coming into your garden and just chopping up your plants in case there's rupees under them?
Daniel wants America. That's what he wants. He likes freedom of guns. That's not the proper phrase
I'm
for
just
that.
saying,
Okay.
if Trump was actually like a charismatic and competent leader, and not like a whoopee cushion that someone had left to be damp in a quarry for 40 years, like he would have my vote. He just wasn't sexy enough for me, Trump. That's what it was.
I don't
It's
like
just-
this kind
Well, I'm not sure
It's
there's
just-
democracy
it's-
in the Zelda games. It does appear to just be a hereditary monarchy of some description. So all Gandalf has to do is just, charm Zelda enough to get married to her, and he gets to be king consort and his children can be king. If he just comes in and, plays the long game like that, he might be a lot more successful than I'm going to turn into a giant beast and, then take you on in a climactic showdown in a storm while you're riding a horse.
Yeah, but then you're just playing Crusader Kings 3, not Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, you know what? I'm up for that.
You want a Crusader Kings, fucking...
I'm
that
sure
fucking
there
Dynasty
already
Warriors
is a
Zelda
mod
game,
for
but with...
Crusader Kings 2 where it's all Zelda-y. There's already a Crusader Kings 3 mod to make it all Elder Scrolls. It's called Elder Kings, I think. So I'm pretty confident that, yes, there must be a Zelda Crusader Kings mod already.
Do you find it weird we've never seen Trump and the deflated corpse of Mr. Blobby in the same room?
Interesting.
I was speaking to my family the other day about possibly getting a Mr. Blobby tattoo, right?
Okay.
And their biggest
Blobby,
concern...
Blobby.
That's what I said, right? But their biggest concern was, what if Mr. Blobby turns out to be a pedophile? And I'm like, first of all...
I'm just going to put this out. First of all, Mr. Blobby is definitely a paedophile.
That's what I said, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, A, right? But B, Blobby Blobby.
Oh, yeah. That's the excuse the Dalai Lama used. Yes. Floppy.
Yeah, there's literally already a Kingdom of Hyrule mod for Crusader Kings 3. You could already play as that.
John's trying to not get, removed off YouTube. John's trying to not get this video. I'm trying to get my whole channel taken down. He went too far.
No, I fully
He
agree.
said,
There's something deeply weird about Mr. Blobby, although I'm sure it was
I
more than
wanna
one
be-
person inside Mr. Blobby.
Yeah, it was a load of kids.
Well, no,
That's the
'cause it was
problem.
it was Noel Edmonds for... Was it Noel Edmonds for a while?
Yeah,
It couldn't possibly be. Noel Edmonds is literally the one person who couldn't have been Mr. Blobby because Mr. Blobby routinely went onto the show that was presented by Noel Edmonds, you
Okay.
stupid twat.
Sorry, literally every Mr. Blobby skit ended with Mr. Blobby taking his head off to reveal Noel Edmonds. But Noel Edmonds was not Mr. Blobby for the majority of it. They'd swap Mr. Blobby out for the reveal.
Yes.
Also, can I just say as well...
So, there you go, John.
Two people have betrayed Mr. Blobby. Someone called Barry Killerby and someone else called Paul Denson. Also,
when
on
you
the
say
Wikipedia-
betrayed Mr. Blobby.
Portrayed.
Oh, right.
fucking
My
idiot.
version was way more exciting.
feel like
Two people just knifed him in the back.
Two people have betrayed Mr. Blobby and we've never heard from them
Mr. Blobby
again.
just sitting at his last dinner. Blobby, Blobby, Blobby! One of you will betray me before this night is done.
Well, I
Blobby,
very much
Blobby,
enjoy
Blobby.
as well.
Knocks over the table, wine goes flying.
The,
Oh, Mr. Blobby.
the Wikipedia page for Mr. Blobby also has some just general information. His gender's male. His spouse is called Mrs. Blobby. His child...
And on the third day,
No.
the
His
child
boulder
is
in
called-
front of Blobby Landwood had been moved.
No, his
And
child is
Mr.
called Baby
Blobby's
Blobby.
corpse was gone.
His child, Baby Blobby,
It's
son,
the
and
Easter
he's
miracle.
also got British
Wait.
citizenship.
Wait.
He does have a child, I remember that.
If he is canonically male, I mean, Mr. Blobby doesn't imply male, that's just his name. But if he is, actually male, that means that Mr. Blobby, statistically, has a penis. And I have some questions.
No, plenty of animals
Yeah.
can reproduce without a
Could be,
penis.
he could breed like
Cool.
fish.
Cool.
I mean, to be honest, I'd say the
statistically,
spots on him make him look more like a mushroom to me. I've
that was
assumed
the
he can
thing, right?
reproduce via spores.
do you think, all the spots just, open up like fucking Tracy Island, and then just dick slop out?
I was just thinking small blobbies flop out. I assume they're all like little egg sacs where tiny blobbies, and like at the right time of year, he'll just kind of hunker down, eat a bunch of food, like nest for a bit, and like some of the blobs will fall off. There'll be tiny blobbies that will go out into the world, and then there'll be new, much paler spots that will become more vibrant. You know how close it is to spawning season based on how vibrant yellow the blobs are on Mr. Blobby.
If you cut Mr. Blobby in half, you can work out its age by counting the screams that are stored inside it.
Not fungus.
Sorry, the screams that are inside it. I specified the screams, and you went, "That's trees." I forgot. If you cut a tree down to count you don't count the rings, do you? You count the screams that are built up inside the tree.
I think if you cut Mr. Blobby in half, they would just both grow back into a Mr. Blobby. I think Mr. Blobby cannot die. I think Mr. Blobby is like those jellyfish at the bottom of the ocean. He's functionally immortal.
I just think he can't be cut in half. That's my theory.
Well, you think he's made of a material too difficult to cut?
Yeah, too blobtastic to cut. That's what
I think he can be cut, but like it wouldn't matter to just regrow. The only way to destroy Mr. Blobby is basically just to contain him, like just bury him in concrete.
Mr. Blobby has been contained.
Yeah, basically. Like that, like what's it called? All those like the little stories online about the SCP.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Mr. Blobby's one of them.
Okay, three notes about Mr. Blobby's Wikipedia page, right? Just three disparate notes. In the criticism section, there was a quote here. On a 1966 episode of Nevermind the Buzzcocks, Bob Mortimer described Blobby as a pink spotty rubber twat. That's on the Wikipedia page. To applause to the audience and other guests. He also, he's also got a video game from 1944 made by Millennium Interactive. It's a platforming game. It's on the Amiga and MS-DOS, which I want to play, the Mr. Blobby video game. It received negative reviews, apparently. There was also a theme park planned called Crinkly Bottom.
Yep, named after the thing.
Yeah, which didn't do very well. And he also apparently appeared in Keeping Up Appearances and messed with the Hyacinth's kitchen, which I desperately want to see.
He did what? Sorry.
Apparently,
he was in a sketch apparently where he did a cross thing with Keeping Up Appearances, and he messed up with like Hyacinth Bouquet's kitchen.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
sure.
That's my Mr. Blobby Wikipedia.
I just quite like that the first actor's classically trained Shakespearean actor. That's great. I flippin' love it.
We all love Mr. Blobby.
This all came from a discussion of Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically what.
Like many things, I can't remember how we got there. The conversation in this thing, it doesn't really follow.
Pedophiles. The running trend is pedophiles.
It's been a pedo-heavy episode, I'm not going to lie. Hey, so, wow, Legend of Zelda looks like a game. It only took them years of trailers to make me interested in it, but they went, look, actually, it's got gameplay. It wasn't just us fucking around on the same mountain. They're like, look, you can build fucking ugly robots and shit. Fuck it, here we go.
You can build ugly robots.
Yeah, it looks maybe fun. I don't know. I'm going to play it because that's what I do for a living. I wouldn't be playing it if, like, money was tight or I valued my
Zelda, which they combined with Blink the Time Sweeper for some reason, and also Besieged.
Yeah, Besieged.
which is a weird combination of
It's just got to be a case of, like...
See, my brain just went straight to Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
That's because you're old, John. That's because you're old and played all the wrong games. You're the sort of person who would have you would have got like the Dreamcast over the PlayStation and been arguing that it was better.
Yes, it was. It had Skies of Arcadia.
It has 3 games on it, John. I almost bought one, and it's the exclusives I could fit in my palm.
You could fit in your palm.
But they were really good.
Dreamcast exclusives.
They were really good.
Oh my god, it's such a small amount of games. What game did you say, sorry?
In all fairness, people who bought it at the time weren't to know that within like 3 years Sega would pack it up and all the exclusive would move to GameCube. They weren't to know that.
I mean, they probably should have done, considering how badly the Saturn did, but it's fine.
There's a Godzilla game on the Dreamcast, only on the Dreamcast. Launch title.
Yeah. Are you sure? Because there was literally a Godzilla game about the same time that was the very original launch game for the first Xbox.
The Xbox is the
same one. No, wait, was that King Kong? Was that King Kong? Oh.
A notable thing is the Xbox is the spiritual successor to the Dreamcast. That's why it has the same button layout.
which was terrible. The Xbox controller it's the original Xbox controller, like the original fat one.
Dude.
Is actually probably the worst controller I've actually
I've got
ever
one
held
over
in
there.
my life.
They
actually terrible.
Recently, one got released, a modern one with Bluetooth that you can connect to your PC.
When you say recently, this was quite some time ago.
Yeah, it was lots of years ago. Hey, speaking of Xbox controllers, I've got a new Xbox controller that Matt loves.
You should see it.
Matt, I'd like you to describe my controller while I eat some peanut butter off a fork.
I want you to imagine.
I literally can't use a controller that's not the Xbox Pro anymore. The Xbox Elite one is so nice.
He's using
Holy
an Xbox.
shit,
He's using a custom Xbox Elite one.
Oh, that's so good.
You can get them color weird now.
Yep, sure.
So I want you to imagine Sonic the Hedgehog, right?
So okay, very very vibrant blue. Yeah.
Let me finish the sentence. Sonic the Hedgehog, right?
Yeah.
Ate the title screen for Sonic the Hedgehog, right? He eats the title screen, right? And then he vomits the title screen into a mold of an Xbox controller. And then he kills himself and also jumps in the mold with the Xbox controller. And then that was what Daniel bought.
I have no fucking clue what this would look like.
Oh, it's in the chat channel.
Ah! Oh, it's horrible!
What? Fuck
Why
you!
did you ruin such a good controller?
You can't change the colour of the fucking rubber, though, annoyingly. The rubber has to be black. Very frustrating.
Fuck you, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's so ugly. It's like a child drew it in. Really a dumb child. Like, not one of the children who's, like, good at art. Like, a real, like, oh no.
That is what happened, right? That is what happened.
It's horrible. And the light blue of the X against the darker blue of the controller. That's hideous.
The purple D-pad is what gets me, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's quite bad too.
John doesn't like my controller. Is John an idiot? I mean, for this, not just generally.
It's a beautiful controller.
It's a beautiful controller. Oh, who said that? An artist.
Awful.
Who said that?
It's
an artist.
awful.
Someone who
And your
sells
wife.
art. Yeah, but also an artist.
Also-
Rebecca, would you tell me if something I was doing was shit?
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you all the time.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
It's got a nice neoplasticism vibe
What?
to it. It's got a nice
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
off
the
with the...
plasticist vibe.
Oh, no, don't fucking justify his bullshit. I thought...
You
Have
see
we,
that-
come up with
Matt.
have we come up with terms to justify terrible taste?
What's terrible? Right, Matt, you've got to put this in the video version of the podcast so people can see the beauty.
It'll be in the description of the audio podcast as a link, and it'll be
that.
in the background of the thumbnail on the YouTube version of the next.
you
I like
do-
it when we can come up with words that try and explain why, for your shit taste. Like, I played Hotel Renovator recently, which is just House Flipper, but hotel rooms.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
John! People kept sending me that, and I actually skimmed through it. And what the fuck, John?
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of, I came up with this, like, Art Deco,
God.
but with lots of glowing lights and
Fuck
just shit
me.
everywhere. And I just thought I have terrible taste, because I thought it looked great. But then someone in the comments used the term maximalism. It's like, yes, that's what
It's
I
not-
am.
it's not-
This is a legitimate artistic
No, it's not.
architectural
It's not.
movement
That's
I'm
not what
signed up to.
fucking maximalism
I am
is,
a
John.
maximalist.
That's not what maximalism means, John.
Yes, it is now.
Oh,
Maximalism.
oh my god, I love
Yes.
everything about maximalism. That is
Yeah,
what
I
want.
know.
That's why.
Isn't it great?
Because you're a maximalist, Daniel. That's not what you did wasn't maximalism, John.
No, it was a hybrid Art Deco maximalism.
No, it wasn't a hybrid Art Deco maximalism. It was someone vomited on the wall, and you drew some fucking lines on it, and they claimed it was maximalism.
I know, it's art.
Okay.
It's art.
Oh, look at me. I put lots of disparate things together, and I'm going to give it a term to make it sound more reasonable. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Give me the fucking Turner Prize. Let's be on the
absolutely.
way.
You cannot fucking criticize Daniel's controller with that bullshit that you thought was good. And as much as Rebecca's comment about it being neoplasticism was kind of bullshit, it is a true statement. That would be considered neoplasticism. Your fucking thing would not be considered maximalism to anyone with a fucking art degree. Piece of shit. Fuck you.
Hi.
Fucking cock.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What's happening?
Sorry, John. It was justified. He's went quiet now. He's guilty. He knows he's in the wrong.
My hotel rooms were great. They were great hotel rooms. Did you see my beautiful inverted room where I put the bedroom in the bathroom and created a giant spa experience in the living room?
No, what?
Yeah, there was a great room where there was a big L-shaped wraparound room that was supposed to be, a big entryway into a big bedroom. Then there was a small room in like the remaining corner that was supposed to be the bathroom, and I inverted it. So I created a tiny, really cozy bedroom in what was supposed to be the bathroom, and then turned the huge living space into a giant personal one-person spa.
Was that in the video?
Yeah, well, it was in the live stream.
Well, I didn't. No one sent me. I just skimmed the video.
The game doesn't let a room pass unless, like, the room it's decided is the bathroom has the bathroom stuff in it. And the room it's decided is the bedroom has the bedroom stuff in it. So I needed to basically hide all the bathroom stuff in the bathroom behind the screen and all the bedroom stuff in a tiny corner of the bedroom behind the screen. So that then I was allowed to then fake the rooms being the other way around. Which was delightful.
Sorry, I'm going to put a screenshot in the chat.
I'm looking at Hot Toys on eBay. What?
Oh my god.
Yeah!
Put the Hot Toys down. Look at the fucking... Look at that.
Oh.
What hideous. That's not fucking maximalism.
Art Deco maximalism.
No,
it's not maximalism. There's nothing maximalist about it. It's very little furniture. Maximalism requires lots of things.
That's a bad angle of the room. That's a bad angle of the room. There are better angles of that.
I would describe this to the people listening. Imagine if Derek Trotter went to IKEA.
That's a reference you're going to have to explain to some people, like the Americans.
No,
or
fuck
Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em. The young Americans can fucking Google it.
That's
It's less ugly than your fucking controller.
Oh, it's not.
At
least Daniel's controller.
That beautiful black and gold against a tasteful white background with a splash of highlight hot fuchsia. That's the shit.
It's not gold.
That's how you hotel.
It's piss coloured, John.
It's beautiful. It's not. Okay, you need to see. Okay,
least,
after you're done with your blood doctor, you need to see a urine doctor if your urine's that colour.
Well, actually, a cardiologist will do urine as well. But Daniel's controller is at least a distinct style all in one. Like, it actually fits with itself.
Yeah.
Yours
it's all shit. Like, from top to bottom, it's shit. You're right.
No.
I will physically fight you, John.
This is the thing, John. I agree it's an ugly kind of controller, but it's beautifully ugly. What? Beautiful. It's beautiful in its ugliness.
Wrong. You're all fucking wrong. It's
I like it.
Stunning.
I like it. I do think it's stunning in a beautifully ugly way. Stunning. In a beautifully ugly. A bit like Mr. Blobby, you know?
No, what is happening in this conversation?
Blobby.
Blobby.
They kept going on about why I shouldn't get a Mr. Blobby tattoo, and I'm like, but yeah, if the guy it's Mr. Blobby is an icon, you know? Can't stop Mr. Blobby. Blobby.
Well, you could. Literally, Mr. Blobby retired and they had to replace him with a different Mr. Blobby.
Exactly. So it's not just one guy anymore. It's just an image. And it's not like Mr. Blobby, the actual suit, is going to come out being like, oh, Mr. Blobby, the character's been diddling kids.
Do you notice, however, that neither of the actors who played him have their own Wikipedia page? Almost like this is just, these are fake names.
Oh, they're just very...
We don't realise terrifying secret that Mr. Blobby was actually
Barry was
recovered from a crashed spacecraft some years ago.
There's been interviews with Barry, and you wouldn't want to say that you're Mr. Blobby. I feel that's a thing you don't want to say.
Well, so let's be honest. These are no British people playing Mr. Blobby. It's not exactly a high-profile role that I think will get you a Wikipedia page.
Well, we all know who Mr. Blobby is.
I disagree with you, actually, Matt, which is, if you you showed it to a party, like, oh yeah, I do some theatre, I played King Lear once, but alright, fine. Lots of people have played King Lear, there's been so many productions of King Lear over the years. But if you showed to a party and say, I actually play Mr. Blobby, I'd be like, holy shit, you play Mr. Blobby? Because there's only one. It's special. Like, I'd say that's quite a high-profile role.
There can be only
not
one.
on Wikipedia. It's like a high-profile role for certain people of a certain age in England. Like it's a very a limited group, you know.
Like there isn't one person who is currently the King Lear, but there is one person who is currently the Mr. Blobby. It's like the Doctor.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
The Blobby.
Right. I will guarantee you that the vast majority of people listening to this podcast this entire time will have been going, who the fuck is Mr. Blobby? We've been talking about Mr. Blobby everyone knows.
Googled it.
Yeah, but every other thing we've explained what things look like, and at no point have we contextualized what Mr. Blobby is.
I've explained he's got yellow spots that produce more blobbies on him. What more do you need to know?
Yeah, no, I think that's fine. There's an assumption that I think that we can't really have have.
He's a large pink monster with yellow blobs on him.
I wouldn't call him a
breaks
monster.
Things. He's like, like the goose in Untitled Goose Game. Imagine that, but like slightly overhuman-sized and pink and blobby.
Mr. Blobby.
Because Mr. Blobby would definitely go into an idyllic British village and cause problems on purpose.
Yeah, but also would
Actually,
kill
no, he
people.
wouldn't. He'd pretend he was coming in to be helpful, cause problems by accident, and then throw his arms to his head like he's really sad and upset. Go, Blobby, Blobby, Blobby! Like he's trying to indicate, oh no, I have made a mistake. Then go back in to assist correcting the mistake, but in doing so make it worse. Then everyone would eventually yell at Blobby, and then Blobby would be really sad and go and cry, and a soundtrack in the background would go, oh, and we'd all feel sorry for Mr. Blobby.
If you want to see the best clip of Mr. Blobby, the people listening, just go on YouTube and search Jack Whitehall is terrified of Mr. Blobby. The best clip of Mr. Blobby, it is one of the few clips online that makes me laugh reliably every single time. That and the vine of the big Australop cockerel, every fucking time I will laugh at them.
I will say that the thing that annoys me about that is Jack Whitehall says, how are you allowed near kids? When it wasn't actually for kids. It was it was done to attack celebrities pretending to be a kid's show, which just shows how little Jack Whitehall knows about comedy.
Well, the original Lord's House Party was definitely a primetime show that was for the whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's not unfair.
Well, no, but like, the point is Jack Whitehall is a cunt, though. It's fine with Jack Whitehall. Like,
well, that's a different point. Leave Mr. Blobby out of this.
yeah, well, no one is criticising Mr. Blobby in that context.
Exactly.
Poor old Mr.
Blobby's
Blobby
great.
needs defending. No one else would defend Mr. Blobby. Also, Daniel, I can hear what you're doing. Stop it. Stop it
have
now.
you seen the link I
No,
sent you?
I have to stop. We spoke about this, didn't we?
We did.
You know, we did. We did.
Speak
And that's what
about
you,
this.
And that's
I'm thinking the worst. I've no idea what people are listening are thinking.
You should. Mr. fucking ADHD over fucking here. Here he goes.
I'm not gonna. I'm having a bit of a.
When did we have this agreement? That was right. We had this agreement not even 24 hours ago. We spoke about this. And you appear to be already ignoring yourself.
No, right, look. I've started to hyper-focus on Hot Toys, and I'm just thinking about them all the time, and I want to buy all of them, and I can't, because they're really fucking expensive. So I've made a list of all the ones that I want, with, like, a good price for all of them. But then I was like, if I actually get these prices, it might end up bankrupting me, and I don't want to do that.
No,
So
not
what
mine.
I would like
It's
to do...
It's a definite. It will.
Yeah. So what I would like to do was, I was like, it would be really good, like, say, if I finish the Paradox, well, when, it's not an if, it's a when, that'll be a good time to buy a Hot Toy and use them as rewards for completing things. Like, you know, really consistent gym, going to the gym, not missing any days, stuff like that. You know, a little reward, or a big reward for big goals kind of thing. Hitting my weight goal Hot Toy. But every now and then I find a really cheap one on eBay and I send it to Matt and Matt gets annoyed at me.
Yes. Yes, I do. Because even a cheap one is like £150.
Yeah.
Like, they're beautiful.
Oh my god, they're incredible.
They're
3.
incredible. But like...
Got 1 for Christmas, now I have 3 with 2 more on the way. That's when I go, I've got to stop this. That's good. It's good at knowing you have ADHD, because then you can... Because if I was still in sort of like my early YouTube time when I had no impulse control and it was just me and I was just like, wait, I don't give a shit, I don't know what's going on. I'd have like 9 or 10 here already and like 50 on the way, and I'd go, oh, hang on.
Yeah, and you'd
Why
be
don't
in
I
your
have any money
overdraft
for
and
food?
you'd be like, you'd be surrounded by hot toys. And you'd be like,
I like
now I
getting
have to eat the hot
obsessions.
toys.
Obsessions that are cheap is always a fun obsession to have. But I can turn cheap obsessions expensive. Like
Well, this is
Pokemon
my thing.
cards.
I had this discussion with a friend of mine lately, right? Because I started collecting original Xbox games a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Because original Xbox games, as a platform, no one fucking cares about the original Xbox. No one fucking cares about that console, right? And it had a load of games on it that
When
no
you
one
say
cares.
that, you mean just apart from like the owner of say console Microsoft to have done a huge amount of work to ensure backwards compatibility, so a huge number of original Xbox games can still be played on modern consoles to this day.
Like 40, John.
Yes, and more are being still added in.
Yeah, my point is, though, there's a lot of games that were made on that and it's only the good ones that get the back. There's a load of games for the original Xbox that were only made for the original Xbox or were made for that era that no one fucking cared about. That were just games that came out, everyone went, this is a bit shit, and never thought about again. And
good old Fallout Brotherhood of Steel.
But genuinely, right, I love those kind of taking things. And the great thing about Xbox games is they're rare because no one fucking had them. So you go into a CX and there's 3. But because no one wants them, they're like £1 each, right? They're nothing. I've gotten so many fucking Xbox games for no money. And my friend, he wanted to start joining in as well and collecting, right? Because I'm enjoying it because they're fun to try and find. There's a bit of like a searching for them. They're not common like PS2 games. They're cheap. And there's about 100 exclusives. And so it's possible that I can get all the exclusives. That's a nice goal to have, right? My friend started collecting Vita games. We went to a few CEXs one day. He bought 3 Vita games. I bought 30 Xbox games, and he spent more money than me.
Are you just collecting these, though, or are you actually playing them?
I was going to do them on my stream, because I was doing, a couple of years ago, before I got really sick, I was doing a backlog slog stream where I was going through all the old games. And my intention is to bring that back at some point. I just haven't yet, because I've still not been feeling great. And today was the first day I was like, yeah, I feel good. So then I gave a load of my blood away. Classic Matt.
I collected Virtual Boy games. That's what I really got into. and once I had both of them, that was a good feeling. That's a
then
joke.
You played them, and then it wasn't a good feeling. The feeling was nausea and death.
One of the worst games
I'd love to play
made.
one of those. I would love to play one of those.
I've played on a Virtual Boy. It is what's the best way of describing one of the worst gaming experiences I've ever had?
It's going to be the worst thing ever. You're like, I'm not.
I mean, maybe some people can. I just got an instant headache. I cannot do that.
Everyone got an instant headache. That was everyone did.
There must be some people who couldn't, because they must have tested. Like, they must have found some testers who were like, yeah, this is good. You should release this.
You're talking about the company that used to have, until literally the most recent console, all of their controllers were rectangles. That's what they used to shape them like. They're like, hey, here's a thing for you to hold. And everyone else is making bendy banana shapes and things that come.
The new one is still a square.
When you say that, like, as in, the N64 wasn't, and the GameCube wasn't, and the Switch kind of was, but they were being held completely differently.
When do you think the Virtual Boy came out?
Sorry, are you saying, are you criticising Nintendo for changes that were made the situation before the Virtual Boy?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This is the company that was clearly not the point I was making was the company didn't test that because at that time they clearly didn't give a fuck about ergonomics.
I think it wasn't that they didn't give a fuck. It's
See,
that
look,
nobody had
jokes about fucking pedos and no one's listening.
I think in
95.
I think there was. I don't think it's that Nintendo didn't give a shit. It's just that nobody knew how to make a good controller at that point.
They did.
Like it was a good 15 years later, and Microsoft released the original Xbox controller, which was truly a baffling piece of shit.
Wildly though, that original Xbox controller they only released for the States and Europe. The S controller, the one it eventually got replaced with, that's what they made for Japan. That was the one that was released in Japan. So the Japan already got that fucking controller entirely.
I mean, I think the first controller that's probably the ancestor of the current standard controller is probably the original PlayStation, which, though it needs, a lot of work, is broadly the same sort of shape in your hands and button layout as basically every controller that came after it would go on to be. I think it was the original Sony-designed PlayStation controller that was really... I think that's the turning point in gaming history.
So, the fact that the PlayStation controller came out like a year before the Virtual Boy doesn't
Gonna be honest, I if you'd asked me when the Virtual Boy came out, I estimated it was earlier than that.
I'm reading its Wikipedia page, and it launched on July 21st, 95, and it was discontinued in Japan on December 22nd, 1995. It didn't even last 6 fucking months. Woo!
I mean, Nintendo clearly. I mean,
PlayStation was
that's the fun
994.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the fun thing, of course, which is, though clearly Nintendo was still messing around with all sorts of ideas at that point, because the N64 controller is a baffling thing. Interesting in its own way, but the three-pronged design is
you don't
truly
want
a decision.
controller to be interesting. You don't want,
but
you don't want to
then
get in a
obviously-
car and it's got an interesting steering wheel.
But then I think the point where I think we all knew the game was up for weird, innovative controllers that were going to change wacky shapes was the pen when GameCube came out, and it was basically just a slightly different variant of the original PlayStation and PlayStation 2. Like, Sony said, you know what, PS1, let's just add the dual sticks and then move it over to the PS2 and it will be broadly the same. And they've kept it the same over, like, up to PS4 and into PS5. And Nintendo said, okay, the GameCube's going to broadly fall in line. And then after the Xbox was fucking dreadful, a 360, that fell in line as well. Like, at that point, all three companies, the main companies, said, okay, you know what? They're all going to be roughly the same shape with some slight changes in exact button orientation. Like, that was when it was over.
And then...
Like, Sony invented the controller, and then it was over.
And then Nintendo took a big old snort of cocaine and released the 2DS.
Yeah, some of the DSs are not the most comfortable things to hold. The shoulder buttons are a little bit out of the way, in a way. That's true. The Wii U is... But, you know, they've come back to it because, you know, the Switch has basically reverted... Like, you know, the Switch Pro is functionally very similar to the original PlayStation controller. Like, it's the end of controller history, right there. The original PlayStation. Like, who designed that thing? I'm going to give that person a shout-out right now.
They need it. They do need
Yeah.
it.
They might be dead. They might be dead. This was a long time ago.
They're probably not dead.
That might go. Fucking... It would have been designed by a team, I imagine.
Yeah. I kind of feel like the Genesis Mega Drive, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
No, he's alive. He's age 72. It's Ken Kutaragi.
Ken Kutaragi?
An engineering technologist. What a great that's a great job title.
Didn't he run Sony? I swear that's the guy who used to run Sony, right?
He's 72, and he was the leader of the team that designed the original PlayStation controller. Good for him.
Oh yeah, but Steve Jobs was the leader of the team that designed the Macintosh, but he didn't do shit really outside of marketing.
Yeah, I swear he was just the CEO. So I don't know though. Anyway, no, I would go further back. I would say that the Mega Drive's controller, which was like not a rectangle, was the changing point, because until then everything is a rectangle.
And it's literal mama. Oh come on, that's function identical to the old Super NES controller. That's when it was just a.
It's bendy slightly.
John, so you're saying that the Mega Drive, which came out in 1988, copied a controller from a console that came out in 1990?
No, I'm saying that they're very functionally similar. They're basically just a big round blobs of plastic that have not yet molded to the human hand properly.
So the one that came out 2 years prior to the other one is the better one. The earlier one. Do you know how time works? Do we have to explain time to you?
No, I'm not giving you that the Mega Drive controller is better than the Super NES.
It's
Fuck that shit.
absolutely bugging better than the fucking...
I've got one right fucking here, and it's an uncomfortable as shit controller, and all the buttons feel like nothing.
Here.
All the buttons feel like shit.
Here's my fucking... You can tell I've got one because you'll recognise
Dad's getting worked up. He's probably going to shove it up his arse and fall asleep.
You ready? That's the triple button press. Everyone knows it. This is a lovely controller.
I will make
Everyone put your hands up if you would have had no idea what that noise was, because it's 100% of you.
So I have a controversial statement here.
Not.
Right, the N64 controller is shit, right? But I find it more comfortable to hold than that fucking controller.
The N64 controller is a brilliant controller because it's so innovative, and you've got the analog stick for the first time. You've got the trigger at the back where firing a gun is actually a trigger mechanism, which is amazing. You've got a lot of stuff going on there. That's really interesting ideas. Brilliant controller. I mean, dumb as shit and uncomfortable as anything these days, but at the time, groundbreaking.
Well, it's a big problem because loads of people on the N64 emulator on the Switch, because of the way they've had to do button mappings for the N64, a lot of them don't really make any sense on modern controllers. They're a bit awkward. So a lot of N64 games, you kind of have to play with an N64 controller, otherwise it's really difficult.
Well, yeah, that's because the entire game was built on the assumption that there was one and only one analog stick, leading to control systems that feel really fucking weird.
Yeah.
And leading to game design choices that were based around that concept. And the knock-on effect to games is huge. You don't think about it till you actually play through them.
Metroid Prime.
Ocarina of Time is
Prime.
wild because so much of the level design is clearly built around the idea you don't have functional control over the camera. because the C buttons are all dedicated to various items. So there's functionally no way to control the camera. The camera has to be entirely has to be controlled by the system. And then you look at the level design and say, oh shit, so much of this has been designed on the assumption the player has no control over the camera, so the level is designed in a way such as they knew where the camera was going to have to be to make this make sense.
Yeah, also a lot of the difficulty.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, but so much of the difficulty in that fucking game, because I tried playing it, and so much of the difficulty in that game just comes from the fact that it's the hardest fucking thing in the world to control, because N64 games, right? I've gone back and I've played so many generations of games, right? And I'll enjoy most of them, right? Like, It's a bit awkward in the 2600 era because everything's a bit too basic, but I enjoy most of them. Every fucking N64 game I've ever played, I've had a bad time fucking playing, aside from Star Fox. Every other one.
Lilac Wars, yeah.
Every other fucking one I've played, I'm just going, oh my god, I hate this. I'm like, tank control. I can't fucking move. I'm trying to walk Link in a fucking straight line across a board and I keep fucking falling off. And I'm like, what the fuck is it? I gave up. Fucking awkward and I hate it.
Some of the platforms I think are pretty good. Like, Banjo-Kazooie, I think actually is still solid. I think is a lovely game, actually.
That's a pretty rare opinion you've got there. Rare.
I get it.
Fuck me, you both. I'm not giving up.
F-Zero X is actually genuinely still a great racer. I prefer it to GX. I think it's actually so good. It's such a pure racer. It's great.
I think racing games and stuff work. Just any actual 3D platformers, because as much as it is that classic, first era 3D, and everything is kind of fucking awkward, right?
Yeah.
Like Tomb Raider 1 is awkward, but kind of it's awkward in a way that you can understand.
It's worth remembering that this is 25 years ago. We were basically introducing 3D space into video games, and we were figuring this shit out as we went.
Well, that's it. When I play N64 games, I'm not really faulting them for not really knowing what they were doing because they were figuring it out. But from a modern perspective, they're fucking. God, it's so unpleasant to play them now. Oh God, they have not aged well.
I think Super Mario 64 is still very charming, and it's remarkable how fun some of the 3D spaces are.
Just a fucking Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, right? I know they get reviewed as the best games ever made. They are so unpleasant to play now. For me, who never played the N64, I went back to try and play them.
I think they've aged worse than some other N64 games. I agree. Like if you had to pick out the games of the N64, I think are most playable to this day. I agree. Star Fox 64 or Lilac Wars, if you're in Europe, I think is now up to one of the top tiers. I think F-Zero X is up on the top tiers. I think Jet Force Gemini has aged very nicely. Rogue Squadron still plays really nicely on PC. The Mario Golf game. I really enjoyed Mario Golf and Mario Tennis. I think those are lovely. They're fine.
Yeah, but I will say that John's idea of a fun time is spreadsheets.
Okay, there is nothing wrong with a good golf game. Mario Golf is a good franchise. Fuck you.
Do you watch that spreadsheet esport thing where they've got to do...
you know what the funniest shit is?
Oh, here we go.
It's the wrong type of spreadsheets for me. I can't enjoy it because they're not doing the right thing.
Jesus fucking
it's
Christ.
Not. It's
John. That's the most fucking you thing you've ever said in your life.
Every time this does the round, people tweet at me shit like, "Oh, John, you should enter this," and I have to reply every time. It's like, actually, my specialization is dashboards and data visualization, and that's not what they do. If they did a special subcategory of Excel, which was data visualization, fuck yeah, I'm in. But this isn't my type of spreadsheet stuff. Yeah,
John, you're not doing the voice.
John,
yes.
You know how you have sex?
I don't want to know where the sentence goes, but yes.
That is really that I think adds a lot of hope to a lot of people's hearts. It's not an impossible goal for people like you.
So insulting, but also not simultaneously. Such a back.
You know, actually, what did surprise me on the topic of the N64 recently?
Oh, I thought it was the topic of sex.
They recently re-released GoldenEye on the actually it was on Xbox and it was on Switch. They re-released GoldenEye recently. I went into that fully expecting to say, oh, this is age. This is an important historical relic, but it's aged quite badly. No, actually, I was amazed at how well it's aged. If you just set up the controls to be a modern dual stick system, which is quite easy to do, it's actually still quite playable. Control, which I was really surprised by. I thought, okay, Perfect Dark's aged pretty well, because, it learns all lessons we've got. No, GoldenEye's actually still pretty good. I was amazed.
They've aged well, but they've still aged. That's the problem,
yes.
I think.
Yeah.
That's true. As have we all.
Fuck you, I don't age. I was born 45 and I'll die 45.
Okay. I just...
Yeah, two more Red Bulls up the arse should do it.
It's honestly why I'm enjoying collecting stuff from the sort of next gen, like the PS2 era, just because everything felt like it was a bit more refined. It felt like they kind of sorted out those basic issues, and they were still just kind of trying stuff, and everything's still a little
worked out that R2 should be accelerate, not X.
Yeah, like basic shit. God, do you know what's right? The fucking original Xbox controller, every button on that fucking thing is analog.
Yeah, same with the
All
PlayStation 2.
Yep.
Yeah, but the PlayStation 2 didn't have analog triggers. The Xbox did. So what was the point of the analog fucking... I never have played an Xbox game that uses the analog buttons for anything.
Well, it does have... Wait, is it not?
I'm pretty sure, because plenty of games were on GameCube and on Xbox, and plenty of GameCube games use those analog triggers for, like, accelerating less or more, for example.
Yeah.
In Metal Gear Solid, you had to fire, you had to, like, tap it. If you held the button and then slowly let go, you'd put your gun down, but if you, like, quickly released it, you'd fire a shot.
Oh.
And that was a really satisfying system to shoot with. But that was on Square. But that game fucks me off because, like, circle is accept and X's go back, and you just can't, your brain can't wire that way.
Oh, but
I struggle with this with 100% of Switch games, where fucking Switch games have decided that A's where B should be and B's where A should be, and fuck off, Nintendo.
I must admit, since I got the Steam Deck, my Switch has basically become a dust gathering machine, because I'm like, yeah, I could play the ports on there, or I could play them on one where the buttons would make sense and fit inside my brain.
What's wild about the Switch though is I got my little, like, one of those little handheld emulator things, and it's got you can set it up in the system settings to be whatever layout you want, right? You can have it be PlayStation layout, whatever. But because I'm so used to the Switch layout in a handheld, my muscle memory is now that stupid fucking layout.
No,
it's not on a normal controller, but it is on the handheld. And fucking The Witcher 3 when it came out on the Switch, because some games, when they translate their controls, they just sometimes do them literally A to A, where the layout changes, but the button prompts are the same still.
Yeah.
Which is confusing if you've been playing on a different platform. But then, a while into The Witcher 3, they announced an update and like, hey, there's an alternate control scheme where it keeps the layout of the Xbox, still appropriate. I went, ooh, finally, and I switched to it, and I couldn't fucking play it because I've been conditioned. I've been fucking conditioned by Nintendo.
Yeah. Dark
Thanks,
Souls
Nintendo.
do the same thing. B is accepts. My brain is like, nope. Can't do that. That doesn't work. That's not the button on this controller that means go forwards. That's the one that means go backwards. You're going to break every other game.
I'm a big fan of the GameCube button layout, I'm going to be honest. With the big A in the middle.
The button layout is lovely. It was
big
a
A in the
lovely
middle.
controller in general.
Yeah, the big A in the middle. It's the clear middle.
The C-stick is a poor stick, which is a shame.
Yeah, but
it's
Nintendo
an annoying,
do that a lot.
shitty plastic stick that doesn't work very accurately.
The A is the obvious, like, this is the main action button, which makes controller design very clear. It has to, like... I like that. It's just not...
No,
fucking
I love
ambiguity
it, and I hate that every controller since decided that the 4 buttons should all be equal size and status on the controller, when it was lovely that there was one big button, then another button that was the same shape but much smaller, and then 2 buttons that were clearly wrapped around in different shapes so that you could feel what button you were on really easily. Which was lovely.
My name's Daniel, and I don't like that. I hate that.
I've seen how you hold your fucking controllers, Daniel.
I hold my controllers properly.
You hold them in this weird fucking, like, claw grip.
It's Matrix
your wrists are at 90 degrees. Like, what?
The Matrix Path of Neo broke how I held controllers because you had to hold about 400 buttons at the same time.
You can't blame the Path of Neo. I play the Path of Neo. I don't hold controllers like that, Daniel.
Then you didn't play the Path of Neo.
Nah, here we go. Here we fucking go. Fucking gaming elitism right there, everyone.
In terms of, however, maintaining old games, I don't know if you'd seen this, Dolphin's coming to Steam later this year, which I think is really cool. It's very exciting. They're going to basically just have Dolphin embedded, working properly in Steam. Obviously, it's just Dolphin, as has been the whole reason Dolphin gets to legally exist. It's just the emulator. They will never, ever, ever sell or tell you where to get the games. You have to provide those yourselves, which you do officially by, yes, getting the GameCube games, loading them into your Wii, getting the data off them using the Wii, and then moving that data over to PC, which is how I play my GameCube games, because I've got all the original versions, so it's all fine and legal, and I can play them on my PC. And it's fine. But it is a bit of a faff to get Dolphin set up on a new system. So, a much easier to just plug in and play Dolphin emulator. Brilliant. Because
John?
the GameCube is one of the first generations where you actually had games that are still really super playable today.
I pirate them. I just pirate them.
Well, I don't. I'm a good legal boy who doesn't get the SWAT team kicking down my door
John,
due to Nintendo crimes.
John, I have a question. If I do either of those methods, does Nintendo get any money?
In both cases, no.
Yes. So who gives a fuck? like at the end, I don't give a fuck. It's just I'm just choosing the more annoying route for no real reason.
I'm a firm believer in abandonware. I think if games go, like if the company that made it doesn't exist anymore, just fucking get it. Although I will say,
I would 100% agree that ought to be like, say, like a worldwide law or EU law or whatever that says if it is now physically impossible to buy a game legitimately through any storefront, it's up for grabs.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Maybe with after a certain period of time, so people don't literally wait for it to stop being sold in order to download. So there needs to be a slightly disincentivizing period like that.
No, I
plus
disagree with
3
that
years
bit.
or whatever.
I disagree with that bit. No, I think immediately, because I think games vanish, games die, and preserving the history of video games is super fucking important.
The Internet Archive's been in a big legal battle lately about over archiving.
Yeah,
Huge legal battle.
but archive that shit. Like, the amount of games we've lost to time, like fucking Scott Pilgrim went away for so fucking long, and it was just a complete set of luck and coincidence that it managed to come back. Like, that was a game that was incredible, and it went away.
Have either of you ever actually tried to set up Dolphin? Do you guys actually have Dolphin running on your system?
I
do. I've got Dolphin.
PSXC2EX, C2, I do the PlayStation one, where you have to rip your own BIOS out of your PlayStation to do it properly. Such a faff, but I did it because it's like my PlayStation soul has carried on, which I thought was really cute. It also means then you just pop the discs in your actual disc player to play the games, which
Amazing.
I think is
do you want to know
so
actually
much fun.
related to these? Because we're talking about emulation. You know how easy it is to emulate an original Xbox?
Yes.
You can't.
You can't do it.
You can't. There's no emulation for the original Xbox, which is why I'm fucking collecting them. Because
I think someone was working on it, because I was looking into this when I was looking at playing Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, and I swear someone was working on it, but it was a work in progress.
People just don't give a shit about it, really.
Well, no, because obviously the games, I can put a lot of them in a modern Xbox Series X and play a lot of games at 4K 60, which is cool as shit, right? I will say. I love that. But it's not that many. And obviously, they're effectively ports, because they're not playing it off the disc. The disc's like, oh, you own it, and then it's downloading a new version that's in 4K 60.
Yeah.
So to play a lot of those fucking games properly, because even the 360 emulation of the Xbox isn't right. There's a lot of games I remember playing on the 360 that were for the original Xbox that just were broken. The Sims Urbs is just broken.
Sometimes Nintendo releases lazy emulations of its own games onto the Switch.
Just gonna point out Sonic Origins at this point, which has loads of bugs and issues and stuff. That's brand new for the collection. It's fucking Sonic the Hedgehog 3. You should be able to actually reach that. But that's actually another point. That's a really good point. Because some people say, like you, John, they go, no, you should wait for this legally bollocky time and you should do it because, it gives companies the option to resell the games.
I'm inventing a fake law off the top of my head, but fine. Quotes at me.
You could have a very small window, like maybe a fucking, just to account for stores being down or something. No, maybe not a year, but 6
5 minutes. If Steam goes down for 5 minutes, it's fucking Pirate Central. Wait, what was I saying? What was the last thing you said?
You weren't saying anything. You interrupted Matt, who was trying to say something, you twat.
Yeah, I know, but what was I saying before? Who am I? What's going on? Where's that kind of relentless gone?
Say the thing you were saying.
What was?
I can't remember.
I can't remember
Fuck's
either.
sake. Well, I've got Dolphin in front of me. I just want to focus on all the amazing games that are currently trapped on GameCube and never went out.
Oh, I know what I
games.
was going to say. I remember what I was going to say. So, right, it was Sonic Origins.
Sake.
I was going to say, like, you want that window of, like, companies being able to do their thing, but the thing is that the game that if they do re-release it, like, you know, Scott Pilgrim or something, or Sonic Origins, where they're re-releasing Sonic 3 in a legal way, it's a different version of the game. It's not the version they originally released. Like, it's got new characters added to it, it's had loads of the music taken away from it. It is fundamentally a different game.
Sure.
And so, at that point, is the original piratable? Because they're not selling the original.
People have this argument about the original Star Wars.
You can buy both Resident Evil 4s, and that's fine, because they're both different, both very good games in different ways.
No, so the original Star Wars, because George
But
Lucas
you can't
kept
buy the
changing
good original GTAs on Steam.
No, that's stupid and shit, and we should have the original still available at the same time as any remaster or re-release. Absolutely.
You cannot buy the original version of Star Wars, the original one that was shown in theaters. You can't get it anymore. Fans have had to try and remake it, but they keep facing legal battles. But it is an inherently different version to the modern one, right? If you want to watch the first Star Wars film, I can't remember what it's called now, whatever.
It's called Star Wars. They added New Hope later.
Yeah, A New Hope, right? You know,
no, it's not. It wasn't A New Hope. If it's called A New Hope, you're not watching the right version.
Whatever. 4. There's
no, not 4.
Two Hope.
The point is, you watch the
Two
current
Star,
version,
two
it's got
Wars.
loads of CGI in it, they've got different scenes, they've changed bits and bobs, and even if some versions apparently released with, like, an original theatrical cut, but they're not even the original cut. But it is a different, so it's a different film. And obviously, archivists argue, well, why the fuck... I mean, archivists fucking hate George Lucas pretty consistently, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
But that
I
is
want
an
him to
interesting...
start fucking with them. I want him to release a version of Episode 4 where during the Han and Greedo thing, they just kind of add in with CGI, just a CGI, Rey walks in and shoots Han and Greedo, winks to camera and then runs off. Let's just add, then Jar Jar Binks comes in with defibrillator and brings Han back to life. Oh, no, it's a Han! And just, gets just pops him back to life, runs off screen, and then the scene just continues because Jar Jar Binks brought Han back to life.
I mean,
Boom.
That might happen because they've just announced more Star Wars films starring Rey.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Read the room, Star Wars.
Because Rise of Skywalker wasn't bad enough. They need to make it worse yet.
Yeah, you know how people are really liking Andor, like The Mandalorian, these quite, rounded things that are about kind of new characters?
Yeah.
No. Let's find out what happened to Rey Skywalker.
I think the really fun thing about Star Wars is it's got these two separate levels of canon to it. Which is the films are seen as the ultimate mega canon, which any other media must ultimately bend to meet and explain and fill in the gaps of. And everything else, even if it gets to start off being its own thing, eventually gets sucked into the gaping whirlpool of, but where did the films go? Because you've ultimately got to conform to that. And I think that's such a shame, because when you just say, fuck it, off you go, make a Western in space with some original characters, it's really good. And then slowly but surely, shit from the films and all the other media starts creeping in and polluting the whole situation.
You have to do what Trek does and just awkwardly try and make every single thing that's ever happened work together no matter what. Just be like...
Well, yeah.
Just hand wave it away, sort of thing. I come up with these really convoluted explanations for why certain things are happening. And
how many different, distinct timelines currently exist in Trek simultaneously?
4?
2.
No, because you've got the Kelvin timeline.
Yeah.
Yay! I'm starting a fanboy argument.
The main timeline, that's
yeah,
the
but
two.
I'm thinking the mirror universe. I was thinking a separate universe.
Which is a different universe in the same timeline, and he asked how many timelines
I know,
exist.
that's a valid point. That's a valid point. There was that third one that they were in season 2 briefly. They were in a different timeline, but that's alternate timeline reality nonsense for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2. The answer is 2. The shit ones and the not shit ones.
Yeah, it's 2.
I just find it hilarious that Star Wars, if you just kind of look at the full timeline of that universe, has literally thousands of years that it could draw stories from, and it's obsessed with just telling the stories of this one roughly 80-year period.
Yeah.
It's where everything must happen.
Unlike the old games like Knights of the Old Republic, set hundreds or thousands of years before or something.
Yeah, why just set some shit in the High Republic or later that, or the weird like thousands of years that between Knights of the Old Republic where a few bits and pieces happen and the current era where all the films. I was like, I don't know, did something happen in those several thousand years? Anything?
No.
Anybody?
Not a thing.
Anything interesting?
Turns out, nada.
And maybe something happened on, like, some of the planets that aren't the 8 planets we keep going to over and over and over and over and over and over and over
desert
and over
planet?
and over again for fucking ever. Maybe on like this very large planet where there's like galactic maps and shit. There's maybe some shit happened elsewhere.
No, I don't think you understand. It was a good idea that Leia was buried on Tatooine, that planet she never visited.
Yeah.
Just as good as just burying Kirk under some rocks.
Yeah, but Kirk isn't under those rocks anymore.
No, he's not, is he? He's not under those rocks.
Oh.
Apparently that was a reference to a book.
Everything's a fucking reference to books. Books are the worst, man.
Yeah.
This is why I like being a Doctor Who fan. What's the canon? I don't know. How long ago did the episode start?
What the fuck is going on in Doctor Who, by the way? What the fuck is that weird-ass doomsday shit that's going on? What the fuck is happening?
I don't really care. It's just vague.
So two things. One, that's Suze, who is a stand-up comedian who makes jokes about Sonic the Hedgehog and is really genuinely funny.
Yeah.
So we'll do a fucking great job. But it's a mixed media big story. So she has 24 hours before she dies and she's got to find the Doctor. She's a really good assassin. So the stories will be taking place between different mediums. You have some Big Finish audio, some comics, some books, whatever. And basically, I think because it's 24 hours, they'll be split into 24 stories where each story is like an hour. So basically, it's 24 one-hour stories that all come together to make one big story.
Oh, there's 3 Star Trek timelines. You've just reminded me because the books are considered a separate timeline. And 4 if we count Star Trek Online. 4 if we count Star Trek Online, which is also a separate timeline.
I'm not counting Star Trek on fucking line.
Yeah, what? You have to count Star Trek Online. Harry Kim's in it.
I'm not gonna... Oh my god, just slight spoilers. Do you think that Harry Kim is the only ensign currently to not be a Borg? Because he's still an ensign, most likely. That was slight spoilers for the
fucking
most
deep
recent
cuts, man. Poor Harry Kim. Poor Harry Kim.
Yeah, poor, unloved, unlovable Harry Kim.
I like that scene where his date turns into a horse. You know, his Irish lass.
Pink Harry Kim.
Yeah, and then all the Irish folk are like, oh, Lord, but Jesus. Oh, it's wizards.
Jesus and wizards. Oh, no.
Classic Star Trek.
Just let Matt do the Irish accent. That's definitely the safest.
Classic Star Trek, man. Fuck me.
Matt's Irish accent is worse than mine, I'd say.
Oh, it absolutely is.
No.
Yeah, no, it is.
No, my Irish accent's pretty poor.
Better.
Yeah.
Weirdly. And the amount of people, like, whenever I do medical stuff, and they're like, oh, what's your nationality? Or where were you born? I'm like, Ireland. Why Irish? And they're like, oh, you don't sound like it. And I'm like, no, like, you don't even sound Liverpudlian. You just sound posh. Liverpudlians think I sound posh. And to everyone else, I sound Liverpudlian.
They think you sound posh?
Yes, in Liverpool, I sound posh. Outside of Liverpool, I sound Liverpudlian.
Jesus Christ, I had to move to Liverpool. They'll think I'm a god emperor.
No, you'll get beaten to death. And then in Glasgow, they think I'm Irish.
One or the other.
Yeah, there's no... Yeah, you'll be attacked. You can read, right? They'll definitely not like that.
Shit!
I'll just show up wearing a crown and just start waving to people as I walk down the street.
Oh, you've got to admire, though, that the weaker King George's current... Is it George, isn't it? No, it's King...
What the fuck
Charles!
Is that
Charles's coronation, right. It's the weaker Eurovision, so...
Jesus Christ, you can tell you're Irish. You can't remember the name of our king!
Nah, he's a piece of shit.
Oh, no, right, shit. There was a face mask of him in, like, a Sainsbury's I went to, and for the like, one of those ones, it's like, have a fun time wearing the face of the king or something. But for a second, I didn't recognize it, and I thought it was Davros from Doctor Who.
In case you've forgotten, Matt, we're supposed to send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us, God save the king.
Ah, you fucking are, you fucking are, you Anglican people.
I want him to have a heart attack and die when that crown is 1 inch from the top of his head.
Same.
Would
But
That'd be funny.
It would
the
actually be
week
funny,
of the
yeah.
coronation, Eurovision's Liverpool, so while everyone else is like, oh, bought fucking Liverpool are fucking having a nice party about how good Europe is.
When is
Yeah, good
that?
for them.
Is that like soon? I thought it would have already happened.
That's pretty soon.
It's next month. It's in May. May the 8th is the week it starts, but May the 8th is also the coronation of King Charles, but it's the week of Eurovision starting. It's a week
Wow.
of things.
It's gonna be
don't
a
care
fucking
about either of
wild
those things.
Eurovision's great fun, though.
No.
So much fun.
This Eurovision is going to be wild, of course, because yes, this is the one that Europe is holding, UK is holding by proxy because we came second, but it was supposed to be held in Ukraine because they won.
Yeah, I don't.
Which is going to make it really interesting as to what they're going to do with that.
Oh, I'll tell you what they're going to do with that. I don't care.
They got a British host and a Ukrainian host. That's what they done.
They'll have the King Charles Spaniel be doing his things, and he'll be like, "Whoa, crown! Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna go see AEW in Wembley. That's what I give a fuck about."
You haven't booked it yet.
John, AEW's coming to Wembley.
Who?
Every person I've said this to has reacted. That's a complete no sell to any. Like it's you're the literal
AEW.
only person who
The
cares. Like,
wrestling. Let's take John to the wrestling.
I was about to Athletics Weekly? I was literally just looking up AW.
AEW, the wrestling.
all elite wrestling.
All Elite Wrestling. Search for the All Elite Wrestling. They're doing a show in Wembley Stadium.
MGS feuding with Darby Allin.
Yeah, well, he's doing the whole all 4 pillars. They're gonna have a 4-pillar match, but it's gonna just be a great fucking show. It's gonna be in Wembley, so the crowd is gonna be lightning hot. I kind of want to take John to see if he cries.
No, how
That's
many?
exactly why I don't want to go. I don't enjoy like extremely big crowds where they're white hot or whatever you just
how
said.
many kids is
I find
MGF gonna
too
cause to
much.
need medical attention? That's the real question.
6 or 7.
Okay.
That's
That's not
my
even a
bet.
joke, John. That's not even one of the characters on MGF is always in character. And Daniel showed me a match where he goes into the crowd briefly, he grabs an alcoholic drink off a random woman, and then just pours it on a child.
He does not. He throws it in that child's face because he thought it was water, not vodka, or some like clear spirity drink. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was apparently an alcoholic drink that got like splashed in a child's face, and that was hilarious. Fuck kids,
Wrestling.
no one needs them. Yeah, wrestling's the best thing. I'm very excited about AW Wembley.
I'm just going to stay at home with my copy of Excel and do some data visualization that night. I'll feel better about it.
The new wrestling game, WWE 2K23, which I've been playing on the old Steam Deckaroo, because we've managed to get a pre-owned copy, so 2K don't get any money off me, it features graphs, tables. John, it's got a general manager mode where you run the company.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do I have to do any wrestling?
It's a wrestling company. You don't have to do any wrestling. No, you just simulate all the matches.
Oh, okay. So it's like Football Manager,
It's-
but for wrestling.
But like really like
No, I'm going to be honest.
Pale.
Though it should work for me. Football Manager's never clicked for me because it's too tangential to sport.
yeah, well, wrestling is too.
And I feel like
you have
this
to
is
set
gonna
up
be the same
No,
thing.
you have to set up rivalries and run-ins and like you have to set up promos for people. Bizarrely, you don't get to pick who like wins each match, which is odd to me that you don't get like that level of control. But fuck it, I'll take it. It's fun. But I wonder if there is actually like a proper wrestling manager.
There must be somewhere at some point, probably on a console that's been lost to history.
Wrestling manager game. If I search wrestling manager, I'm just gonna get fucking Paul Heyman. AEW Elite General Manager. That's shit. It's a mobile game and shit. Pro Wrestling Sim is on Steam. Oh, John, look at those tables. Look at those graphs.
Pro Wrestling Sim.
Sim. APU. It's early
Hello.
access. Look at that data.
No, that's mostly just inboxes. Where are the graphs and shit? This is poor. This is no. You know what this is? This is poor data visualization.
Oh, I knew he was going to
That's
say that.
information that's not being displayed in an intuitive way. I'm actually quite angry at this game because I look at this, I just think this is such a mess of tables that's not legible. And my thing when it comes to data is proper clean data vision. This is actually poor data. I hate it. I'm going to log in to leave a bad review on this game. I'm actually going to buy it to leave a bad review.
There's Total
This is-
Extreme Wrestling, which I don't even think is on Steam. Oh, the older versions are on Steam.
Total Extreme Wrestling
Wait.
only 2010 and 2013.
Just get John to play that one done by the
2020.
guy who did. What was it? What was the one made by the person who did Hard Time? Was it Hard Time?
Yeah, McDickey.
Yeah, the McDickey one.
No,
That
you
one,
see,
John.
this one I think is oversimplified
Oh, fuck
visually.
me.
It's not. That one's oversimplified, but still with too many bland tables. No. Oh,
Get
no.
the tables! Dudley reference.
Actually, this is.
Dudley reference.
This is
yeah,
no.
Dudley.
This is actually bad data. This is bad, hard to like you can.
Yeah, but you're
at these
looking at the
screens.
heels. Look at the faces. That's good data.
I'm looking at like some of these screenshots, and you can't clearly immediately pass what you're supposed to be understanding. There's too many disparate bits of information where there is no focus on. No, this is bad. This
John,
is bad.
you know
This is
how
actually
like
bad.
I inspired you to start YouTube?
I mean, okay, let's. It's a slight oversimplification, but sure.
You know, you
I,
can give that.
I
by the way,
regret that sometimes,
Can
John.
I just say, as a side note, you can also attribute that exact same comment to Tom Scott, of all people.
Wait, really? Well, he's like one of my favourite YouTubers.
Oh, yeah, you remember, I think it was a Free Games Friday. One of the free games you showed off was one that Tom had worked on.
Oh.
And he hadn't really thought about YouTube properly until then.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What, who else? Who else have I invited?
Fucking the Queen!
The Queen, yeah,
Who
I'm going to
else?
bring the Queen back.
Oh, fuck it. There's probably
Who else
others.
have you inspired, Father?
There's probably others. Daddy Daniel.
There should just be a rule where if like you're sort of indirectly responsible for another channel existing, that channel has to call you Daddy.
I'm into that role. I'm into that role. Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
yes, Daddy Nerd Cube.
Yeah, Daddy No Cubed. There's the title. Oh,
dear.
I made my YouTube channel before yours existed, so I don't have to call you that.
Oh. You kind of have a job because of me, though, so I want at least, like, Daddy Boss.
Yeah, you also have money because of me now at this point, so, you know, who's really...
I'm pretty sure you can't ask your employers to call you Daddy. That's the point where you definitely start running into legal problems.
Yeah.
I have a wife who I employ. I could probably make it go work there.
But you can't instruct her to do so as part of the employment situation.
It's in their contract.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not.
Anyway, so what have we learnt today?
We've learned that emulation's good.
Well, we knew that.
Is that what we learnt?
Yeah, piracy is good. That's what John says.
No,
and
not
on that
bit.
note, thanks for listening to the podcast.
Not that bit. Not that bit.